You got to do that every morning when you wake up. It's better than getting up and working out, actually. Fam, how you doing today? Yeah, it's probably nothing more than speculation. It's kind of an exciting thought in some ways. Julio and Shanahan reunited, and certainly not in the same capacity as before. But, we'll talk about that. But the Niners have not really been able to afford Julio Jones since his exit from Atlanta, where he built that legendary legacy. His latest travels find him now making another exit from the Titans. Could the Niners be the next stop for Jones now that he may be a bit more affordable? But the Titans took a bath on this one, they really did. But tonight, taking your phone calls for your vote to Julio, or not to Julio. Also, we continue to monitor the Deebo Samuel contract negotiations and the latest developments for your feedback as well. See, this is the thing about offseason. This is the kind of things that are constantly in the news, and I love collecting opinions. In the meantime, or should I say meanwhile, the Niners already deep defensive line added another proven veteran to the mix. Welcome, Kemoko Toure. Come on, let me get this name right, Kemoko Toure. That's how I think I heard him pronounce it. He registered a career-best 5.5 sacks last season with the Indy Colts. I remember what kind of line he was on, too. He agreed to terms on a one-year contract with the 49ers. His representation told Mike Garafolo of the NFL Network today, Mike Garafolo tweeted, quote, 49ers have agreed to a one-year deal with DL Kemoko Toure per his agents at SportsStars NYC. Former second-round pick coming off a career-high 5.5 sacks last season with the Colts, unquote. See, I'm enjoying this assembly of talent the 49ers are putting on a defensive line. Let me get into more numbers here. Toure, I think guy's 6'5", 248. Nice size. It's more like a linebacker's weight, but still. I want those guys coming off the edge to be quick. And so if he can go 6'5", 248, he's already got range and bendability and all that stuff is what comes into play when you're talking about how he can get around that corner. He provides the 49ers with another edge rusher to complement Nick and Samson Ebukam. Maybe beat out Samson Ebukam. I don't know. We'll see. Toure entered the league in 2018 as a second-round draft pick from Rutgers. He had 12 sacks in 38 games with the Colts. Kemoko's a third veteran DL the 49ers have added this offseason, joining Kerry Hyder Jr. and Hassan Ridgeway. And Hyder spent last season with the Seattle Seahawks after earning a big contract with a career-best 8.5 sacks with the 49ers, and that was back in 2020. Ridgeway is a nose tackle who appeared in all 17 games with the Philadelphia Eagles last season. Did I hear something like maybe this guy is durable? Because Chris Kasurik, I got a feeling what he could do with this guy named Toure. You already seen what's going on with Imanahu. I'm telling you, man, get these guys under Chris and let them learn like they need to learn. Oh, man. And the 49ers also signed Kevin Givens, Maurice Hurst, and Jordan Willis. So we're looking good at that front line. And on key, don't you be thinking you'll be missed, boy. Good luck out there in Tennessee. Those players, along with Nicky B, Eric Armstead, Javon Kinlaw, Charles Omenihu, give the 49ers a defensive line group of 11 proven NFL players that come in and they don't be playing. They don't be half-stepping or anything like leaning back in the cuff. These boys come to play. Out of all those guys there, all of them are just bad. Can I get a hell yeah? Bam, slam, bam. Mr. Kinlaw's baby boy, Javon, by the way, is working out daily at the team's facility in Santa Clara and looking good. You see those tapes? Yeah. Javon's going to be okay. He underwent season-ending surgery after appearing in just 4 games last season, as you already know. JK is not experiencing any pain or swelling. He appears to be on pace to begin to realize the promise that prompted the 49ers to select him with the number 14 overall pick in the 2020 NFL draft. Since, in spite of me wanting, Kyle, get Henry. Oh, boys. Kyle, man, what has y'all done? I need another defensive lineman. But you know what? I have seen the light since then. If Javon can come in and do what it appears he may be able to do, okay. I'm okay. Meanwhile, we are now in the third wave of free agency where some veterans have slipped through the cracks. There are still several veterans available that could help a team out. The wide receiver position has a plenty. One of those vets is Julio Jones. JJ had a 2021 season that will be easy to forget with the Titans. I know the Titans have already gotten over it. The Titans gave the Falcons a second and fourth round pick for Julio, of whom was hampered by injuries throughout the season, which has been the story for Julio for the last 3 seasons. Am I short on that? Has it been 4 seasons? 2021 was the least productive season of Jones' career as he set career lows across the board. He managed only 31 receptions for 434 yards and only 1 TD. That is likely a big reason for that his market has been a little chilly thus far this offseason. But most likely it is only a matter of time until Jones finds a team to sign him, right? Keep in mind, fam, now that it being the case, Jones is not coming in there talking no huge contract. He's just going to want to play with somebody who thinks or he believes is going to go somewhere, right? Man, if I hear the Rams sign Julio tomorrow, though, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to get a party of people together, man. We got to find out what's going on in L.A., man, because they just can't sign every damn body. While seemingly no longer an all-pro level, as his health has kept him pretty much from remaining near the top of the ranks at the position, he still has something left in the tank. He's Julio Jones. And until Julio just ain't moving, dude's a machine. We got to get him healthy, though. Despite J.J.'s struggles last season, the man still averaged 14 yards per reception. Not many people can say that when they're fully healthy at their best. His size and veteran savvy enabled him to win on the perimeter despite his declining athleticism. He is 33 years old. One team being mentioned that could be a potential fit amongst those who like to do these things is the Niners. Yeah, the Niners are being mentioned as a potential place for him, and for many reasons. The Niners saw 3 wide receivers depart the team this offseason, only bringing in one from another team. That was Ray McLeod from the Steelers. Adding Jones to the mix would enable Coach Shannon to continue to unleash Deebo as a jack-of-all-trades weapon offensively. And if you know you have a player in Jones you can deploy at the X-receiver spot whenever he's on the field, the rest of the players can be moved around like chess pieces. And who knows how to play chess better than Kyle Shanahan with humans? Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, Juice are all versatile players that can line up all over the formation, and you know this. Joining a team that won't require him to play a featured role, as the Titans were hoping for last season, which was a mistake on their part, is likely best for J.J. at this stage of his career as well. It will help keep him healthy and allow the Niners to play exclusively to his strengths. You know, man, what kind of a deal would you make for Julio? And does bringing Julio even appeal to you to begin with? This is the question tonight. Now, my own feeling is this. Julio comes in. He doesn't have to do a prove a deal. The man's already proved all that can be proven by a wide receiver. He's going to go down as history as one of the greatest of all time. What I want to know, Julio, here's what I'm going to tell you, right? I'm going to give you this amount of money, all right? Take a look. All right. Here's the thing, Julio. That price is pending upon if you put in more than 14 games, you get all of it, Julio. You get every last dime. If you don't, I start to subtract from those games that you can't make. Julio, I got all the respect in the world for you. You are one of the best of all time. And I tell you right now, if there's nothing you can do but help this team, we're a solid team as it is, but you would put that plus on us and would say, exclamation point, oh! So I'd have to give it to him. It's the can you stay healthy, Julio, deal for the whole season, or biggest part of it. Then you can get a little bit of money. It's an incentive package. Julio, I know you're looking at that base figure of $1 million, but listen, whoa, before you say anything else, you're Julio Jones. What if you make it to the Pro Bowl? $2 more million. What if you go all season without getting hurt? $3 more million. All right? What if you serve X amount of touchdowns? $2 more million. It's adding up. You see what I'm saying? Look at the numbers. That's what I do with Julio Jones. So, speaking of wide receivers, there was a sketchy report that Samuel might be seeking to become the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL. That was BS. No one really bought into that, though since it seemed unrealistic. Come on. Deebo knows better than that. His agent knows better than that. A new report has more realistic projections for Samuel's asking price at this particular hour. According to Tony Pauline of Pro Football Network, quote, we're told that Samuel, who is slated to make just under $4 million this season, will be looking for a contract in the range of $25 million per year, unquote. I'm not mad at that. He's worth it. He does too much for this team. He makes too much of a difference. He really does. And that sounds more fitting, right? Such a deal would make Samuel the fourth highest paid receiver behind Hill Adams and DeAndre Hopkins, but earning more annually than others like Diggs. Diggs says, man, y'all can give annuals. I got $70 million guaranteed. But, we talk about the cap hit here. 49ers always pay attention to that, it seems, Other teams just roll all over the cap hit. They sign people right and left. But the 49ers seem to stick to a textbook form of following the rules. Anyway, that's another discussion. There's also been a lot of speculation that the 49ers might opt to trade Deebo while his stock is high. He had a great year last year, of course. However, even Pauline doesn't believe things will dissolve to that. I don't think the 49ers are going to do that. You drafted him second. That means a hell of a lot. You don't get rid of a second-round pick because he asks for money, and especially when he's done what Deebo's done. If it's Dante Pettis, I give him away for a bowl of Campbell's soup. But if it's not, I got to think about it for a minute. Deebo is not something I want to lose, and he doesn't. And Trey's going to need all the offensive weapons that he's used to he can get this year. So losing Deebo is not beneficial in any way to the 49ers. Not really. I know draft picks, but draft picks could come out being poo-poo. And then what do? You got rid of Deebo for poo-poo. Then again, they could be fabulous. You never know. That's what the draft's all about. Anyway, I'd like to hear your opinion. Are you going to bring in Mrs. Julio's baby boy? I'm sorry, Mrs. Jones' baby boy. Julio. And see what he has left in the tank and give him that incentive package. You're not giving me any big bucks every year, but you can give him something he can shoot for. And if he can stay on the field, good. If not, then we don't lose any money, and Julio just goes about his merry way and thinks about retiring instead of going out looking bad. Yo, T-Flow. Hi, Allie.
Hi.
Hey, what's up, Ronbo? How's it going?
T-Flow is good, man. We're getting toward the weekend. T-Flow, I'm looking at Julio, and everybody says, come on, man, it's too old, man. We got time for that. But, I'm thinking, wait, what is Julio interest you in any way?
You know what? He does interest me, but I'll tell you this. We just got Marcus Johnson and Malik Turner. How many more wide receivers do we need to get? So
competition in camp. Julio's got to beat him out, though. And
exactly, but those guys got speed too.
I know.
Right,
that's why
we don't know how Julio's hamstrings are.
Yeah, I know. That is the truth. Julio doesn't know how his hamstrings are. He's probably at the hospital right now seeing if he can get those things replaced. But go ahead.
See, that's the thing. But see, who would you rather have, Julio or Jaquiski Tartt? See, I would get Jaquiski Tartt all day.
Yeah, we're going to make that comparison. Yeah, I wasn't even thinking about making that comparison. But go ahead.
Because think about it, we just signed like 3 wide receivers during the we got Raymond McLeod, we got Malik Turner, Marcus Johnson, we got some Keyshawn Johnson from the practice squad.
We got a lot of guys.
We got some. We got a lot of guys in wide receivers, and I'm pretty sure the whole faithful, the Empire, they want us to draft a wide receiver in the draft.
Oh, yeah,
so
and,
how many more wide
and they
receivers
are.
we're gonna get?
They are. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, do we really need Julio? Someone who's who has serious hamstring issues.
I know, and they'll pull at any moment too.
Or just load up on see if we can get Jaquiski Tartt.
Though
try to resign him.
You draw into attention what I'd overlooked, that Julio is a roster spot, and there is a problem in that, isn't there?
If anything, Julio's just a camp spot, in my opinion, because we don't even know, because he is of age, right? Like, and not only that, he's coming down because of his serious injuries.
Yeah,
he's not as fast as he once was.
Yeah,
that's the main thing. So basically, he's gonna be like what's his name that we had last year? I forgot his name.
Oh, you mean
the veteran?
Veteran.
He's gonna be like Sanu. Yeah. Basically, he's just there to be a veteran, play a couple of games, get hurt, and be on the
Get
IR
paid.
for a couple of and get paid.
Yeah.
And
Muhammad,
so,
though, I don't know what happened to him. He started the season off looking like he was going to really be a contributor, and all of a sudden he just floated into nothingness. I have no idea what happened with that, though.
that could be the way Father Time says that's going to happen to Julio.
Yeah, I think it's already happened, but I just wonder. I'm just curious because Julio the dude has been such a legendary dude, man. The guy is just amazing.
Oh yeah, dude, he's already borderline. He's a Hall of Famer. Just that
first
it sucks
ballot,
that it's not,
without hesitation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just sucks that he just can't end his career on top. Like dominating. That's why Patrick Willis retired early, because he didn't want to go down
Looking bad.
like just losing his play. So that's why he retired. It just sucks for Julio that when he retires, he's gonna retire for the last like 4 or 5 years being on the injury list. So that's what sucks about it.
But hey, remember,
Other than that,
Tifo,
he is the beast.
you could bring Julio in and you sign him. Say, Julio, listen, I'm going to give you this amount of money, but listen,
Handbody,
you're going to be on the practice squad.
non-guaranteed.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I would give him.
You go any route.
If I do, it's going to be minimal. It's going to be a vet minimum, non-guaranteed money, and basically he has to make the squad.
Yeah.
Because other than that, like Malik Turner, like I kind of like these guys. Ray McLeod, I like them. And not only that, we're going to want to drop the wide receiver, and I'm pretty sure when we drop the wide receiver, he's going to be on the team. And basically, if we add Deebo and IU,
you got too many receivers already.
We're only going to carry. We have way too many receivers. So what's the point of even getting?
Remember your practice squad, though. The way they got the practice squad set up now, you can put up 2 or 3 people over there. And I don't know if they're going to keep the same policy as last year, but
Oh, you know what? They should, because you know what? They should, because we got an extra game. So if we don't have no resources, because NFL is a brutal sport, there's no minor league system. Yeah. There's no minor league system, so the practice squad
you need to hide somebody somewhere. Yeah.
So if anything, that I can see, but I really don't see him on the roster, because we're gonna get a guy in the draft, and he's gonna be on the team.
It's probably not going to happen, because you know what? Whatever the 49ers want to pay, they're not going to fight with anybody over Julio. There's going to be other teams that want to get Julio anyway. So you figure the Giants, the Hawks, the Rams, maybe the Cardinals.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, he's gonna get people calling him. I just want to would you, if Julio, all of a sudden we read the headline says 49ers signed Julio Jones for blah 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 blah, do we go whoa, or do we go uh-oh? Tifo, I know where you get an uh-oh, right?
Yep. The is gonna be the Rams. It's gonna be the Rams, because the Rams are not scared of hey,
the money doesn't scare them.
Yeah.
Tifo, before
we're here
we run
to
out
win.
of time, though, because we're going to run out of time in a minute here. But listen, how you're feeling now? It seems like it's been clarified to some degree. It's not. It's $25 million is all Deebo's asking for. Is that a good place to pump the brake? Are you okay with that?
I would try to see if he can go to 24, but I'll be okay with 25. But the thing is, what scares me is we got the number 1 draft pick in that year, and Nick Bosa, who's going to be wanting over 30, like probably 30+ million a year. So basically, can the Niners afford? Yeah, can the Niners afford the top left tackle
and one of the best wide receivers in the league? Let the 49ers worry about that, because I think they pretty much got control of that situation. What we do too much of is we all are concerned with who they can't pay. When really, I don't worry about that anymore, Tifo, because when I watch what the Cowboys are doing, what the Rams are doing, the 49ers can take that page and go to it anytime they want to. It just looks like they can't, because we look at the math and we automatically assume. But the way teams are manipulating the cap nowadays, I don't think we should put too much energy in worrying about that.
Hey, Ronbo, you just said it. Rams, Chiefs, and all that, they do that. The Niners don't do that. Parag likes to cut bait. Think about it. We have the exact same thing. In DeForest Buckner.
It could have done something with that.
He was
don't remind me of that. I'm still mad about that.
No, I have to remind you about that, because this is what the Niners do. Just think about it. We got Nick Bosa coming up. Who's going to be $130 million?
Well, they've got it figured out. Believe me, Bosa's not going anywhere. I'll be back tomorrow, because I missed today. I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
All right, I got another one for you. What's more important? All right?
Go ahead, really
getting
quick.
A wide receiver wide receiver, a good wide receiver, or like an elite pass rusher? What's more important? What's more important to you if that's your team?
Pass rusher. So, because
There
this
it is.
team, a pass rusher, because you already got all the wide receivers in the world, just like you mentioned. But we got to go. Really, we're running way over
That's
time.
probably what's holding it down.
Baby.
All right, Ronbo.
Good
Night,
night.
fam. Night, Allie. Y'all have a great
Little
night.
Niner shout out, baby.
Yeah. Niners! Oh, T-Flo and Allie. Night.
Night.
All right, good night, Ronbo.
And it's Papa Dragon. Pop, come on in, man.
What's up, Ronbo?
Papa, man, I'm looking at
What's up?
you know how many years we want to.
No.
Pop, you want to elaborate on that? Poor Julio, if you're watching, Julio, he didn't mean nothing by that, man. He just explain that,
how
man.
old is Julio? How old is Julio Jones? What is it, 32? What?
33.
32 and a half? What?
Yeah.
33? What?
Yeah.
34? What? 35? What? No, dude. No, this is a young man's game. There's just no way. I mean, if he was an old man, like who's been old that's played a long time, like
Running back, Minnesota Vikings,
Gonzalez.
unbelievable. Frank Gore.
If he was a Frank Gore type, if he was a Jerry Rice type, then yeah, you consider that. But I think that he's got some serious physical limitations. So let's change the subject from him.
All right.
49ers fans, everyone else need to stop focusing on how much a year a player makes. It's not about that. The biggest thing is going to be upfront money or guaranteed money. And the most guaranteed money that Parag has ever let go from his fingertips, and he said no, was the Trent Williams, was like 52-point-something million guaranteed. That was the first time he got overridden in the history of the 49ers. And he is tight. Yeah. And he's tight because he works for somebody else who's tight.
His best buddy.
Fools would they need to change the paradigm. They need to change it. Because what they should have did is that they could have had Deebo last year for $20 million. Easy.
Or even a couple of months ago, fam. Just a couple of months ago. Don't wait till everybody else signs. You know better. Now look at you.
I know. What's that? Last year's been like breaking news. Deebo Samuel just ran for his 8th touchdown and just inked a contract extension for $22 million a year. NFL record.
If you're the agent, the 49ers call me up and tell me, listen, can we sign Deebo now? What are you talking about? We got weeks to go. You guys take it easy. Let me get back to you. If I'm the agent, that's what I do.
I'd be calling him. Every time Deebo got up slow, I'd be on the phone. Hey, what you think now?
I'd see your name. I'd see you on the notification as you're ringing, and I'd have a recording set for you. I'll get back to you. that game of cat and mouse, you know what goes on with these guys.
I'm just saying, as an agent, you can't argue and be like, look, Deebo, they're making you the most highest paid receiver in the league. I think we should consider this, Deebo. It's $45 million guaranteed. That's a lot of diapers, Deebo.
Yeah.
But it's not about the yearly amount of money. People look at you get paid that per year, but it's not what you
we can't
think
afford
it is.
anybody else. They just don't understand.
Yeah.
They don't get it.
Well, last year Donald made less than Armstead last year. Okay, Wagner is going to make less than probably all but one linebacker on the 49ers combined next year and the year after that. It's about money up front, and it's very simple.
Bonuses,
you look at somebody's house.
Like that. Yep.
If their house is nicer than your house, they can afford more crap than you in most cases.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? The Rams got a nicer house than we do. We got this basic ass stadium frying up the fans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And the Rams are shameless about spending. The 49ers seem frugal. They seem sensible.
Well, wouldn't you be?
That doesn't work in the NFL, though.
But wouldn't you be?
I would be, but
they're sensible. You're right, but I'm with you on that. If I get that close to the Super Bowl, I'm all in next year.
Yeah.
I'm signing everybody. Period. I'm not messing around. I'm like, Jimmy, I love you, but I need that money. You got to go, bro. I'm trying to get this dude, and I'm trying to get that dude.
But see, that's why I'm looking at some of the veterans that are running around. Now most of those veterans that'll get you over the hump have already been picked up. So you still got a few guys running around. Julio, because he's worked with Shanahan, and Shanahan made him a superstar instantly. I said, maybe this isn't a bad idea. But you don't put him in a situation where he's got to carry the team at any rate. But
if it was me, I would have signed Gilmore and I would have signed the Honey Badger. Like, go get my 6.
See, that's what I'm talking about. They're out there.
Go get my 6. Because you know what?
I'm not crazy about Gilmore, though. Gilmore's looked kind of weak the last couple of years. But anyway, Honey Badger has.
Gilmore made the Pro Bowl last year.
Did he?
He's better than what we got now.
Whoa. Gilmore made the Pro Bowl last year. Who was he playing with?
The Panthers.
Did he make the Pro Bowl? I didn't know that. Because all I know is when he left the league, it was like slowing down. Okay. Well,
Hey, listen. After what we saw at cornerback last year, after what we saw at cornerback last year, come on,
with Josh, how did he not get? Gilmore should have been signed immediately. That's strange.
That's because he's asking for too much. He's asking for a bag. He wants that guaranteed money. Guaranteed money basically means that if you go out and pull a hamstring, you still get paid. They can't cut you.
How old is he now?
You're 30. I think he's 32.
Okay, see. If he's talking about 4 years, blank him out. Yeah.
I understand that.
Yeah.
Right, I understand that. But, you got to be a little bit shell-shocked after what happened with D4. And the Yorks are like that. That's how the Yorks are. The Yorks are, well, we got to the NFC Championship game, what we got last year. You're telling me that Trey Lance is better. We should be set.
I'm telling you that too, but I'm telling you that too, fam. We better be back to where we were. I don't want no stepping back. I don't want to hear anything about, we can take off a couple of years. Don't do it. We're winning next year, or it's going to be a problem. But go ahead.
Here's why the 49ers win. This is why they win. They win because they play defense and they run the ball. Mm-hmm. That travels, and that gets better throughout the year. Okay. So they start peaking in October, November, December. They start getting better and better and tougher to beat. Because they're used to that. Now, again, they got everyone in this system for 5 years already. So this is the 6th year in this system. The crew knows the system. They will be in the thick of it every single year. But the real question is, do you want to be in the thick of it, or do you want that ring?
I want the ring.
That's the question.
But you got to get there.
If you want the ring, you got to go for it. Exactly. So as far as what my concern was at the beginning of this offseason, I thought we had to come out of free agency with a starting offensive lineman. And we did, but he was already here. His name was McGlinchey. And McGlinchey looks I saw a picture of him looking real skinny, and then I saw pictures of him recently. Then I compared it to 2019. He's kind of a skinny, big dude.
Yeah.
He kind of looks like a pregnant snake. You know what I mean? Pregnant snake.
Fam, but I'm going to be back tomorrow. Because I know you got plenty to say. But listen, we got to go.
What?
But listen.
What?
Let's talk about your buddy McGlinchey. McGlinchey is a good subject. Let's bring him up tomorrow because he looked good. I saw him in some training films. He looks pretty good. We're gonna 3, 2, 1. We counted 1, 2, 3, and Pop is not leaving the ring.
How many 49er fans want me to give Ronbo a Stone Cold Stunner right here on the Ronbo Show?
We do.
Give me a hell yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right, like and subscribe to Ronbo Sports. Shout out, fam. Come on, Niners. Let's do this. Hey, Deebo is not going nowhere. He's going to be here.
I know.
Period. It's my last thing I'm going to say.
All right.
We cannot lose him after the draft. If he's here during the draft, he's going to be here next year, whether he gets a new contract or he's playing for the last year of his contract. So it's show me the money time.
All right, Phil. We got to go before production slaps me because of you. Let me see. I see them all. Stop.
What?
Nice.
What? Production, what? What? Production, if you cut me off, I'm going to come over there and stuff a hole in your ass.
Santana!
What's up, Ronbo?
Santana, it's like we've been wanting Julio for years, and now that he's all broken down and going into his last moments in the NFL, a lot of sources are saying Julio would probably fit well in San Francisco. And when I first saw that, I said, nah, he's probably done. But then again, I thought about how they could use him. And maybe just give a vet minimum, some incentives if he can stay on the field. Santana, would you like to have Julio? Would you like to put him in a 49er uniform just so we see what he looks like in a 49er uniform? Because we've been wanting that for years.
And I mean, also, if they decide to trade Deebo, then yeah. But if they don't, not at all.
No. Somebody mentioned that we do have too many wide receivers, and Julio will just add to that. And I don't know if that's really making any sense either. But
we got Juwan Jennings. Yeah. He's coming up too. But it'd be nice to have Julio Jones. But the only way I think they would get Julio Jones is if we, like I said, we trade Deebo away. If they do that, they'd obviously need another wide receiver that can step in right away, and obviously Julio makes sense, But they need to sign Deebo, man. Deebo's just in a different level,
Yeah.
He can score from anywhere in the field, so you can't, you got to pay for that, man.
It's not replaceable. I agree. Okay, so now they're saying Deebo, some of the rumors that are going around and people talking crazy. Deebo probably wants around 25, which is not asking too much for him. Yeah. It is a little high, though, for the time he's put in the league, and that's what people are crying about the most. Do you think it's been too short of a time that Deebo has no business asking for that kind of money already?
I've been thinking about it, and I have mixed feelings about this, man. You got to think. I think the first year he came, he was okay, and then second year, he can't remember. He came in a little overweight with hamstring problems, and this year he finally, went elite level throughout the season. Mm-hmm. So it's hard to determine if he can maintain that, level of consist, like playing well. Mm-hmm. He's worth that money easily, but
and Santana, you bring up a good point. He's probably going to get better. Deebo's what? In his third year? Deebo's probably going to get better next year.
Yeah, third year.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, if he stays healthy.
That's always the case.
I think he can do it, if you think about it, the skills are there, he can do it. We know he can do it if he's healthy. So, I would honestly just pay him, he's worth it, Ronbo. He really is. And, especially with Trey Lance, if he comes and then steps in this year, he's going to need all the help we can give him, So,
yep.
So, yeah, man.
So that's why that's the other thing. Don't be taking the best weapons out. It's already going to be one thing without,
Yeah.
So you need to give him every shot he's got.
Now, do you think we'd have enough to sign Nick Bosa as well? Or we'd have to get rid of one or
Here's
another?
the thing. The 49ers, if they sign Nick Bosa, is going to be toward the end of next season. Nick Bosa is a first-round pick in his third year. You got a fifth-year option even available. So there's no need to sprint to pay him. But you don't want to wait too long because the price goes up. But you don't want to put yourself in such a strain that you got no money left. And you got to get into an argument with Nick's agent about giving him X amount of dollars because you only can go so far. And this has a lot to do with how many guys you got.
But what I'm saying is, how Deebo wants his money now and it's his third year. Don't you think if Nick Bosa sees that, he's going to want the same to get paid this on his third instead of next year? Because
it's not a normal practice to sign a player after Nick's going into his fourth year, right?
Yeah, so is Deebo. Right?
Every now
they got drafted.
Remember,
class, right?
Deebo's not a first-round pick. Nick is.
Yeah.
So you got that fifth year. Yeah. So I don't know. The 49ers are going to try to sign him before too long because they don't want to get into this money situation where some edge rusher gets paid extreme amounts of money. Now they got to make Nick the highest paid edge in the league. Then it becomes complicated. But for right now, the 49ers don't have to put themselves in a financial hole trying to sign Nick and Deebo in the same year.
I'll tell you what. Yeah, I'll tell you what, Ronbo, this is a good problem to have, man. It really is. We have players, good players, and this is either let's just say, for example,
unlike the Rams.
Yeah, and let's just say, for example, if we really wanted to get rid of one or the other, we can get two first-round picks for Nick Bosa, or we can get
you might get more than that for Nick, and you can definitely get 2 first-round picks for Deebo if you want to. You have that option, Santana. Why did you bring that up?
I mean, we're just in a good situation. Like I said, man, they can sign these players. They can sign these players. Or they can get capital back. You know, it's a good place to be. You know, and it's a good problem to have right now. And we'll see this. We'll see what happens. The draft is coming up, so we'll get a lot of answers then. You know.
I know, could be frightening too. Because Santana, you bring up a key point that other franchises and people are running around in the chat from other teams don't know. See, we don't have to go out and pay top dollar, overpay for some agent that's running around. We've already got him in camp, and we drafted him. Why? Because we spend time and effort into picking out quality talents. So by the time the season ends, we're not saying, "Boy, we got to get a guy in here. All right, get him. How much is it going to cost? $35 million."
And we don't even, you know, like we haven't seen him in our and not only that, but we haven't seen him in our system. We don't know, like sometimes you sign players and they just don't mesh. You know what I'm saying? So we do have guys in house that we know they're ballers. Deebo and Nick Bosa are ballers, and if we can pay them both, I'd fucking love that. You know, and I'm pretty sure I hope that happens. You know, and they can stay 49ers for a long time. But if not, we're sitting in good situations where we can get draft back. So. Either way, I think we're in a good spot. But
and Santana, you bring up a royal point because we got a number of players on this roster you can do that with. If I was going to trade Jimmy Ward, I'd get a good pick. A Greenlaw, give him another year. But you know, Fred
but you
Warner,
can get something out of Greenlaw. You know, Alshire.
Oh, Dre Greenlaw, Dre Greenlaw. Even Alshire. These guys have proven from our system becomes developed quality talent. And in fact, if I was another team, if I was going to go for a player, I'd be calling the 49ers because what they do over there, they're not doing all over the league. 49ers got an outstanding program going on. And if I want to get a player.
They do. Yeah. They really do. They really do. And it's a good thing, you know. But we'll see, Ronbo. But yeah, man, let's see what happens. And I hope Deebo is a Niner for a long time, man.
He will.
He's a fucking playmaker, you know.
I cannot believe him leaving. Anyway, Santana, good to hear from you, man. I heard from you, Wild. Good to hear from you.
Yeah, man. How you been, Ronbo? You been good? Everything good?
Oh, yeah. Off season, man, I'm always chilling, man, because I'm not overstressed, because every game Sunday, the following Monday or whatever day of the week it is, oh man, I'd be sitting in the house if the lights out, if we lose in fetal position. I hate that. But now you don't have to go through that. I feel good.
Nah, man.
All right, fam.
All right,
Hey, I'll be back tomorrow, though.
Good to hear you good, man. No problem. I'll be on tomorrow, man.
All right.
I'll see you.
Looking for you.
All right, have a good one, man.
Thanks, fam. Hey, Anderson.
What's going on, Ronbo? Can I say one thing?
Please, go ahead.
All the previous callers with their trade shit, go look in the mirror and slap yourself, please. We're not trading. We're not getting rid of Deebo Samuel. If you see how he moves, that's the offense. And besides, as far as his hamstring, he ain't worried about that because the boy was still trying to play when he got hurt. He's still trying to come on the field.
And
as far as Nick Bosa,
he sits down. He thought he was hurt, and he stopped to put the brakes on. I'm loving that about Deebo. The boy is growing mentally, too. Yes.
Yeah. And as far as Nick Bosa, man, 2 first-round picks. Man, how about no round picks, man? No.
Yeah, but Anderson, you know what he's pointing out? He's pointing out the 49ers. We were just talking about the 49ers system and program. The 49ers, we're not running around out here overpaying people. The 49ers draft people that got skills, and then they hone those skills. So we're not out every offseason because people say, why don't we do like the Rams? Why don't we do like this team? Why don't we do like that team and get this? Because we've made preparations to avoid that madness by going in the first place in the draft to get quality players and develop them. And now you don't end up in that system. You just got to pay our people.
Yep. That's how the system designed. That's why I say, you know what? On the core, it would be a good idea to bring Julio due to the fact that, like you said before, the dude like Shanahan's system. Because he know Shanahan's system going to really open up the offense for him to just go down the field, and guess what? You're going to find you're going to find somebody then, Trey Lance. What Trey Lance like doing? And all his college stuff look like he like throwing bombs to me. Huh? So, shoot, might as well. And besides, of course they're going to pay Deebo. So we got to stop being fools about this stuff. Look how they did to all the previous stars on there. They waited till the beginning of right before June.
They do it every year. Georgia get paid till August.
Yeah, they do it. That's all it is. They just want to see who gonna do what, who trying to offer what, but they still not gonna do nothing. You know why? Because those people know how to conduct the program, like we've been saying. And my cousin on the side of me, a Denver fan, he like, man, them motherfuckers don't know what the fuck they talking about.
For years.
Calling Ronbo. Yeah, I'm like, man. But anyway,
but Anderson, one question, though. Don't you wish, though, the 49ers would stop waiting so long to do that? Because what if Cooper Kupp gets signed, Anderson? I don't know what they're going to sign him for. The Rams don't care nothing about how much money you need. They'll give it to you, right? See, that Deebo's going to look at that and say, you know, I've been waiting. Y'all know I've been asking for how long, and I'm looking up, and Cooper got all kind of money, and I'm still sitting here waiting for you guys to make a decision. I didn't even ask you for that much. Deebo, please relax. We're gonna take care of you. See, Deebo don't want to hear it. You know, I wish they would go ahead and not do that, though. That is one thing I have a problem with.
Deebo young, full of that energy. That's all, because
just had a baby.
I mean,
yeah.
And I'm pretty sure he probably thinking about making some more little old Deebos. You know what I'm saying? So. I mean, besides, and then as far as cornerbacks, man, I'm looking like, man, I think we fine.
I think pick one up in the draft to compete and see what he's got.
Yeah, we can pick one, but we definitely could have got Stephon Gilmore due to the fact I think he was tired of playing on the East Coast anyway. That's why his play kind of went down. I think he was getting tired of playing on that side anyway. I think maybe he'd fit better in somebody else's system. He wasn't playing somebody else's system.
Yeah, and he's not playing. I didn't know he went to the Pro Bowl last year, though. So, yeah, good, He's going to cost for that reason, though, because that means he's back to being Stephon Gilmore. He took a year off, though, Anderson. He looked like ass.
Yeah, that's what I look like. That's what I look like. That's what I think he did. And I think, as far as Garoppolo, you see, man, R.I.P. to Dwayne Haskins, man, that's messed up, man. So it's saying to me that Steelers don't need a quarterback, so, Garoppolo, we can send you over there. And whatever Pittsburgh? Y'all pitch shot guy, the Pittsburgh, they can manipulate that. They can manipulate that shit. And come on, Christian Watson. And we got, and guess what?
Steelers just picked up. Who did the Steelers just pick up? They just picked up who?
I don't think they picked up nobody. I know they still got what's that dude's name who got hit in the head with the helmet?
They still got him. Well, the Steelers just picked up. What's his name? From the was with the Titans, went to the Raiders.
Mitch Trubisky, Ronbo.
Oh, Trubisky is who they picked up.
Oh, yeah, Mitch Trubisky,
Yeah. Well, yeah, Jimmy could beat him out.
But I don't think. Yeah, of course. He's trash. Look how we did, so we didn't get him. Only if that damn pick, the dude we picked didn't lose his damn mind, we still have him. We
traded.
Manipulated that.
We traded down. That was that's we dodged a bullet. Well, the 49ers were going to pick a quarterback in that year anyway. We was more hell bent on getting a guy to stop that run, right? So here comes Solomon T. So we traded down to get Solomon T. But unfortunately, neither one of them panned out to be anything.
All right. Yeah, none of them. But I like the dude who I was looking on the NFL, the 49ers, who they looking at, who is that, Joshua Paschal for Kentucky. He looked like he'll be a good fit just due to who he playing on the side of.
I didn't look at. I haven't looked at these. Are you talking about a draft pick?
Yeah, it's somebody who they looking at, but they got it like at the 49ers who they at 61, who they gonna pick or who they.
I know, right?
It hit my phone.
What is Joshua? What position is that?
It hit my phone. I looked. A defensive lineman.
See, Anderson, are you looking for a defensive lineman for the first pick? I mean, the 49ers take this here at 61. Are you? People are going to get upset about that. 49ers have picked up more defensive linemen in this offseason that there's no rookie, unless they're in the first round, that's going to beat out any of the talents they just brought in. If the Niners go in and get a defensive lineman this year, somebody's going to be mad.
It's going to be a meltdown for more people. But I see it as part of the rotation. I think it'll be a real good replacement for DJ Jones.
Yeah. Well, you got Javon for that. Well, we got you know what, Anderson, we got to go. I'm getting production. Give me. Look, I'm gonna be back tomorrow. All right.
Ronbo. All right. Oh, my kinfolk will holler at you, man.
Appreciate you, Anderson. Heard
What's
from you
up, Ronbo? This that Bronco fan, man.
Is that who Bryant
All
is?
right, Ronbo. Peace, 49.
Have a good night. There's a Bronco
all right,
fan
Ronbo. Shout
all
out.
right, Anderson.
Yeah,
Appreciate
that's
you,
my kinfolk here, Bronco. He shouting out to you.
I heard that too. I don't know who it is. Let me go to Bryant first. So. All right, Anderson. Have a good night, fam.
All right.
Always with Anderson. The Bronco fans at your house. I got it now. I'm sorry, Anderson. I thought he was holding it on another line. That boy got a voice. What a loud. I thought he was on another line. All right, Bronco fan, what's up? Hey, Brian.
Hey, Ronbo. How are you doing?
Brian, doing all right. As I said, it's a stress-free time of the year. And we're looking at the names that are passing by. But the funny thing is, I had no idea that Gilmore went to the Pro Bowl last year. Because when I saw his name flash up on the available list, I says, Stephon, man, I wouldn't have you. I know he did so well last year, right? So we're looking at Julio, and I got aspirations of days gone by. He's probably done. He shouldn't be on the team. Oh, hey, Brian, hold on a second. Big Show wants to say something. He says, I really don't feel comfortable giving someone pass rush quarterback money. We will do fine without Deebo. Should we trade him? Explain to me how we pay 3 players $20 million a piece. Big Show is always that voice of reason. I love him. Thanks, Show, for that contribution. Brian, go ahead.
I love him too. He's always in. He's always got good things to say, and don't necessarily agree with him. It's definitely something to talk about. And I've agreed with him and you on a lot of points. But isn't the salary cap going up?
Brian, you broke up on that. Say it again.
With Big Show's question and stuff, isn't the salary cap going up?
Yeah, the salary cap's going up next year, right? So. That's why the deals are being made this year. Everybody's penny. Well, we can't afford this. We can't afford that. You guys don't work in the front office. Wait a minute. Calm down. They know what they're doing.
The year afterwards, it's supposed to go up. It's supposed to keep going up for the next couple of years, right?
Yep.
So we're going to have plenty of money. So right now, when everybody's saying, "Oh, you can't pay $30 million," in like 2-3 years, we'll be like, "You can't pay $90 million."
Yeah. So. Worrying about Garoppolo is really ridiculous. You need to sign Deebo, is what we're working on now. Not Garoppolo, but Nick. Worrying about signing Nick is just ridiculous at this hour. Did you just stop? Nick's fine. Nick's not coming into the season thinking I need a contract right now.
No, he's not going anywhere, and we have the 5th-year option for him too. Simply wait.
People are projecting too far ahead. You don't need to go into panic mode over Nick. Not time.
Right, because again, if the salary cap goes up, and it's going to go up again, the money that they're making right now, the only benefit for the Niners is to sign them now because then they get them locked in at a cheap rate. So if they get locked in at a cheap rate, they're not going to be happy in 2-3 years.
Right? You got the Kyler Murray thing coming up. Kyler Murray is sitting at home right now, gaining weight just to prove a point, probably. Well, and now I understand they took the offer off the table in Arizona. So we're lucky that we have the problems we have. Brian, our problems aren't serious compared to some others.
I think all this is going to be handled, and a bunch of people said if Deebo gets traded before the draft, that would be like the one time he'd be getting traded. If he survives that, then he's more than likely going to be on the team. But even if he's not on, he doesn't want to play. Everybody's hashed this out already. The Niners can have him sit. The Niners own his contract. He can sit out if he wants to, or he can play. And really, it's good for him if he sits out.
Oh.
Bosa's going to stay. He's a good player. He's totally changed your team. And now, we were talking earlier about Julio. If we can get Julio, bring him in. He's not on the Atlanta Falcons contract anymore. He went to the Titans. They had to pay for that. Now we're going to get him at a cheaper rate. all the other wide receivers we have right now, there's a couple of them that they signed. They're just going to be camp bodies. And people say Julio's going to be a camp body. No, he'll sell jerseys.
Yeah.
He'll be a third or fourth. Fourth
you
wide
probably
receiver.
you probably keep Julio over anybody that came in so far, right?
Yeah, because he's going to know more of Kyle's offense, or at least what he's going to be expected out of. And he's got good hands. You need somebody who can catch. Who's got proven hands
and can get separation. Because he can still do that when his legs are fine. He can still get separation. People understand quarterbacks need to be able to see who they're throwing at, or anticipate. If I got this guy running neck and neck down the field with the DB, if I throw the ball, I'm going to put it in a spot and hopefully he can run to it. But if that DB's running right along with him to the ball, I am not happy with that, and I'm not throwing the ball out there anymore. You're seeing that a lot of quarterbacks do that. And sometimes I worry about, or not worry about, you look at Aaron Rodgers. Why does he only throw to Devontae? Because it's the only guy on the team he seriously trusts. Every quarterback in the league does that.
Yeah.
So,
I have two other little things I'll say. So, do you think we draft somebody different? We go for a punter this year and get rid of Mitch? They're saying it possibly if we draft him.
Have you heard that
I don't want to drop him. Yeah. I don't want to drop him.
He's not happy with him.
He tackles us. I heard that too, so I'm concerned. So now they're speculating we're going to get a punter in the 6th or the 7th round, and by doing that, we're going to save money by letting Mitch Wisnowski go. So, okay.
Wow, you think it's that serious, huh?
I don't know. Whatever the Niners do, I trust the process. At the end of the day, it's not my money. I just try to root for them, and win or lose, I'm still here. So, I think,
Mitch,
I don't know what to think.
Wow. And also, Brian, did they underutilize Mitch's talents? I think they could have used him for more than what they used him for. Some of those things he did back in school, they should have done that with him. Yeah.
Well, he got injured last year, right? And that's why we had to go get a punter.
Oh, that's right. He was out for a minute, and we had Robbie out there kicking.
Yeah. And And the other thing, before I go, do you think this is a make or bust year for Trey Sermon?
Trey is in camp. It's going to be make or bust. If he gets beat out in camp, the 49ers have no problem making. Remember, JaMychal Hasty was up. I had an argument on Twitter with the guy. He didn't look at the chart. JaMychal Hasty was up on the depth chart ahead of Trey. If Trey ends up on that part of the depth chart this year, that depth is going to lead to the front door.
Yeah, because supposedly he's supposed to have been drafted. He's supposed to fit the Trey Lance system. He's more better than Jimmy. But I seen him in the game at the Packers. Against the Packers, the first game at Levi's, and he wasn't effective. And
he's
I'm not saying he's gonna have to learn it. He's gonna have to.
Yeah, he's gonna meet the competition this year. All right, Brian, we're gonna go out and say hi to Lily and Tony for me. All right, we'll be back.
I will. Thank you. Stay safe, everybody. Oh, I might pop in if I have time. You have a great night, Ronbo.
Looking forward to it. Night, Brian. There's Brian Culp. Emilio.
What's happening?
Hey, Emilio, it's like that time of year when the 49ers do what they do. And we're going to do this next year. Somebody's going to need to get paid, and everybody's going to freak out, and the media's going to go make a big deal out of it. Some things that don't even have nothing to do with nothing. Actually, it would have been this way with Deebo this year had he wouldn't have went and made that social media thing going on, right? But Emilio, Julio and Deebo, Julio, is he worth taking a roster spot? And also with Deebo, the report now is $25 million is probably all he's asking for. Why not? So what are you thinking?
You always go for what you always ask for what you want to hire. So that means he'll be maybe about 20 or 21. We always shoot for higher from just to ask more. Because if you shoot low, they're going to give you that. Like, if you say, 119. They would
give it to you or go below it, Buy it
they're going to meet in the middle.
Yeah.
They're not going to give him when you at any job you're at. You always go higher. So, we're going to give you this. So, no, he's not going to get no 25. To me, honestly, he needs to get paid, but like I said the other day, he's not worth $25 million for one season. Yeah. He's just not. He's a great player. I like him. I want him to stay, but one season, $25 million. I'm sorry, no. Not him. It's the last
I have a feeling if there was a trade offer for Deebo, since you're kind of hardcore, a couple of first round picks and a second.
I'll take it.
And
you
didn't even let me finish the sentence. Oh!
No, I'm not gonna let you finish. You give me a number 1 and a number 2. Bye, Deebo. I'm sorry. I like Deebo a lot. You know, we haven't had a receiver since T.O., and that's saying a lot. And the second one we had, but we didn't draft him, was Anquan. So we haven't had a receiver for a while. But if you ask me a number 1 and a number 2 just for this year, dude, you're gone. I'm tired. There's no way to negotiate.
No, I gotta have more than a number 1 and a 2. I gotta have a 1 this year and a 1 next year.
So he just doesn't have. He doesn't. I told you before. He has no leverage. He's just telling you what he wants, but yeah, he's under contract. He has no leverage. For 1 year, like I said, if he wants to shoot out and hold out, he's gonna have a rude awakening, and he's not gonna get paid. And all that guarantee money he's supposed to get, he will not get paid. So I know what he's trying to do. I get it. Get your money. I'm not all for it. Get your money. But at this point in time, he has no type of leverage whatsoever. I'd understand maybe if he had 2 good years or even 3 good years. Yeah, okay. Give the guy what he wants. But no, you had 1 okay year. You got hurt your second year. And your third year is when you balled out. And that's when we had mediocre quarterback play. If we had better quarterback play, you would have had 2 good receivers instead of 1. Then they would have been battling. Who's better? Who should we pay? Should we pay Ayuk or should we pay Deebo? So that's the only reason we're in the situation we're in now.
But
we're not even in the situation.
You need to keep in mind, though, what you've seen of Deebo so far. Can you afford to really cut that loose? Can you do without that kind of play?
Well, he also has to realize why are we signing so many receivers? And we might get one if we trade up. We might get another receiver. So what is that really telling you, Deebo? That they're telling you, if we get another receiver, we may need you. You're replaceable. Like every other position on this team, you are replaceable, buddy.
Remember, people are already around the league talking about announcers and booth people always saying, and the Jets, the blah, 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 are trying to find their version of a Deebo Samuels. Deebo has set a new precedent in football. He is way more valuable than someone who should give credit
not technically. There's other players have done it. We've been forgot about it.
Not as well
the
as
last play that you do what Deebo did. No, yeah, that's the last player that did it. He was Montgomery for the Packers. He was all over the place. He played running back. He played receiver. He did punt returns. He did a lot for the Packers in his prime. He just fell off after he got traded. But he did a lot for the Packers. He's not the first player to do everything. I forgot his first name, but his name is Montgomery. He played every position possible on offense. He played receiver and offense and kick return and punt return for the Packers.
See, here's the thing, though. He's one of, you can't mention a bunch of people who can do that kind of thing, right? So this is what I'm saying. What Deebo does is, like, this guy's a football player. I can ask him to do pretty much anything. He's going to do it. He's going to do it well. So this is the thing. You take that away from the 49ers, and all of a sudden we become a team that's going to lose a couple less games than we did last year for sure.
And I'm going to tell you whatever might affect Deebo too. Oh yeah, no, like I said, that was just one example of who's done it before. And also, he's kind of messing up calling himself a wide back. Because also, now you're calling yourself kind of a half a run back. So that puts you in danger. And what do we do with running backs?
That's what George did.
They're a dime a dozen.
What they're trying to do is spotlight their versatility. I'm not just a position. I'm a non-position player. I can do anything. Yeah.
I get it, but he's putting himself in a position where you're calling yourself a halfback, basically. So, like I said, we run through the running back like it's the thing to do.
On his business card, though. So
not what it says, but they can all of a sudden say, you know what? We don't want you to be a receiver no more. We can change your position too. So that can affect them too. Like, you know what? Forget it. You don't need to be a wide receiver no more. You want to play running back? Be running back from now on.
Yeah.
I mean, of course you can say no, but at the same time, they can change that up. So, okay, you know what? Forget the running backs we have now. We're going to make you our official running back. We're going to place you with Mostert.
Yeah. and then he'll be going down with the rest of the running backs. So that is not going to happen.
Exactly. So you can put yourself in certain predicaments, and you don't want to be there.
It gets it because as soon as you put on that running back uniform, you just ran into the kill zone. All right, fam. I'll see you tomorrow. All right.
All right. Have a good night.
You too, Julio. All right, man. Appreciate you. Night. There goes Emilio. He has no hesitation. If you offer him some trade picks, Deebo will be changing his address from 49 away to wherever else he's going. Whew, well, we are tough. Oh, it is hailing from the great state of Virginia, Trey from VA. The man who puts the T in T. See what I did there?
Fine. And I do mean finally. It's been a long time, Brother Ronbo.
Yeah, it has.
Got to get.
I've seen you
shout out to my
rolling around on the
TNT
chat.
Shout out to production. You know how we give it up every time. Shout out to you, Brother Ronbo.
Thanks, Trey.
It has been way too cute and cuddly.
I already know the answer before I ask you the question then. Will you trade Deebo?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. No, go ahead. You know the answer. Give it to me.
hey. A first round this year and next year will be. That's all it takes for you, and maybe a third.
See, look, man. I'm trying to tell you, we wouldn't be. It's a shame that we're gonna have to get rid of Deebo. It's a shame. It's a shame. I'm saddened by that. It makes me cry.
Yeah.
It makes me feel bad.
I can see
everybody,
that.
But I told you guys this was gonna happen a year ago. I said we were gonna lose free agents. And we were going to lose great players because we still got that guy on the team.
Yeah.
And I know you're going to say, "Oh, it's not because
it's all about." No, I'm going to say it's all about Jimmy. Everything that's wrong with this team is about Jimmy. But go ahead.
Because we can just waste $27 million whenever we feel like it, right, Ronbo? That's how it works in the NFL. Because you've convinced fans that it doesn't matter that the 49ers are good. You've done that, and
I'm convinced of what they tell me, not what Trey tells me. What they tell me. Okay, if that's okay with you.
Oh, okay. Because I see
I know
the fact that Kyle has said everything but that Trey is the starter. I mean, literally, it's Trey's team. Mm-hmm. This guy won't even return Kyle's phone calls, but I'm going to leave that alone. You good? We don't need you back. We don't need you back.
Because I know you work in the front office and you know exactly where the money's going, how it's being allocated,
I know where
and where the situations are.
I work in the front office of Common Sense. That's where I work at. I'm the head of the CEO of Common Sense. In that department of the 49ers, it's ridiculous. The point is this, though. Bye-bye, Deebo. We'll get whatever we can get. Go ahead and enjoy your last year of Nick Bosa. And we'll just have another 2 or 3 years to Jimmy. How many years left we got on time?
There you go.
I mean,
now we get rid of Jimmy. We can sign everybody on the team. We ain't got no more problems. Everybody, get rid of Jimmy. We can sign Nick now. We can sign Deebo. We can extend Fred past the salary he's getting right now. Hell, Kyle, let's give him some more money too.
Let's get off of that because we're not calling about backups tonight. You know, it's been a long time.
Don't forget, might as well play Greenlaw too.
Going on. But seriously though, let's talk about this offensive line.
Jimmy,
okay?
The curse that hangs over San Francisco.
Line, I am concerned that if this draft right here, I need to take 2 offensive linemen. I need to take a guard and a center. Maybe even a right tackle. I don't know what McGlinchey's going to do, but we definitely got to get a center of the future.
With this offense. We agree with that right now. I'm really worried about that.
Ronbo, are we talking about Julio Jones? Are we rocking with Julio Jones? I thought we wanted speed.
I just wonder if he's got anything left in the tank. You're
clickbaiting us, Ronbo. You know damn well we're not getting no damn Julio Jones with no speed. We got Juwan Jones for that.
Still got speed. Who told you to have any speed?
What are we going to do? We're going to pay Julio $10 million? Hold on. So we're going to pay. Where are we getting Julio money from? We still have that guy.
You don't give him a huge contract, Trey. You bring him in, and the base on his salary is the vet minimum. And then you put in the incentives.
You and I both know. This is a travesty of epic proportions. And I told you and Trez last year this was going to happen. You didn't want to listen to me. and it's a year later, and what I said was going to happen. We were a Super Bowl team. We were going to win the Super Bowl, and everything was going to be great, and we were going to forget all about it. Well, I haven't forgotten about it. We didn't win the Super Bowl, and that guy still cost him his $27 million.
Yeah.
The point is, how are you too hurt to play and too hurt to be traded? I've never seen this before. This is Have you heard of this in the NFL? Too hurt to play or too hurt to be traded?
It probably happens every year.
The league has spoken. And that's all I have to say about that.
Jimmy is trash.
That's all I have to say about that. That's all I have to say
Let me
about
ask you a question. I like to ask people who
That's
are
all
on
I
your
have to say
page
about that.
and your training of thought. If you own the franchise, would you go and give Jimmy Garoppolo? Would you trade for him? What the hell would you give for him?
I would not go get him for what?
That's
To
what
do
I'm
what?
trying to tell you. Where do you people get this?
What do you mean you're trying to tell me? You're the
nobody
one that
wanted him
told me
because
this
of this
guy
and
was
that.
gonna take us
He's
to the
hurt.
promised land.
Why the hell am I going to go get
This
a
guy,
quarterback?
nobody wants him.
I don't even know if it's
He's
going to be. It doesn't matter if he can't play or not. I'm not trading for him. He's got a hand I'm not sure about. He's got a shoulder. And when he comes out of the hospital, he's going to be able to play. He doesn't come until July. I need to get into a new program he knows nothing about, and I'm going to go trade for him. It makes
Ronbo,
no
we've talked
sense.
for at least 10 hours about this guy, okay? And
Because
you're just now admitting that he's
Because you
garbage
rational
and he's
folks
injury prone
that
and
are
he's
always
hurt and he
attacking that
can't do
guy,
anything.
this
You
is
need
your
31
new
other teams to
gym.
show you that, right?
I'm
You didn't
going
listen to
to
us.
trade
You
for
didn't
Jimmy
listen to
Garoppolo
TNT.
with a bad
Yeah.
shoulder, and he's on a new
Nobody.
team. He's going to know nothing
There's
about
not
my
a
offensive
CFL
program,
team that would
and I
trade
need to
for
go
Jimmy
trade for him.
Garoppolo like that.
Why would I do
Nobody.
that? Why would
All
I
he
do
does
that?
is win. All he does is win.
Yeah, well,
That's all he
true.
does.
It's true.
Oh, it's true. It's a facade, and the league has spoken.
Nobody cares about a facade. If I go to the playoffs when that guy's on the field every time,
Ronbo,
it's not a
I'm gonna say this
facade.
in her mouth.
It's
Ronbo,
not
I'm
a
gonna say this
facade.
in her mouth. Ronbo, Mitch Trubisky got a job.
He never goes
Stop
to the
the
playoffs.
madness.
And when's the last time
Mitch
he's been to the playoffs?
Trubisky got a job. Hold on.
Don't
hold on,
stop
hold
at
on.
him.
Marcus
There's several.
Mariota
Name them
got
all.
a job.
Name them
Backups
all.
are getting jobs, Ronbo. The league has spoken.
Name them all. Name
Backups
one of
have
them that
gotten jobs
compares
over
to
this
Jimmy.
guy.
Name one.
We'd rather roll with that guy.
You
go with
want Trubisky? You could have got him.
Huh?
You
I
coulda
don't
got
need him.
Trubisky.
What are you talking about? I'm talking about the other teams that need quarterbacks that said I would rather go with that guy than go with this guy.
Hey, but
They'd
you
rather,
won't
if
answer
they're
my
going to be
question.
average, they'd rather pay. Ronbo, you know
will
why?
not
Because you
answer
don't
my
pay
question.
average
You
$27
walked
million.
around it, you beat it up,
Okay.
but you never answered the question.
What question is that, sir?
Will
I
you
wanna be
listen?
clear.
Listen for 15 seconds.
will
Oh,
be
you'll hear the question. You own a franchise. You're the owner. I'm looking at a quarterback that's in the hospital just getting his shoulder operated on. He just had a hand injury as well. He comes out of the hospital in July. He's coming to a new franchise to learn my offense. Why the hell am I going to go get him?
Are you ready for the answer, sir?
Please, I'm waiting.
At $27 million, Jimmy
Thank
Garoppolo.
you. Add that to it.
Well,
Add that to it.
Oh, and the garbageness, and the injury proneness, and the interceptions.
And every year that he's been out there, he's been to the playoffs all the way to the end and
Nobody
won
cares
Super Bowl.
about that. They won't even give us a
They
fifth-round pick
should.
for that, Ronbo.
Hey, winning,
Ronbo, isn't Jimmy G worth at least
is
a
not
fifth-round
by
pick?
accident
No,
twice.
he's not. No, he's not. I don't want to take up. You know what? The call's over now because we couldn't-
He don't know nothing about no
I'm cutting
football.
myself.
Stalemate,
I'm cutting
baby.
I'm done.
See, because
Production, cut me off.
attacks on Jimmy
Production.
are
It's
just
over.
He
usually
don't know nothing about no football.
irrational. It is irrational, Trey. I'm not trading for a quarterback that's got a bad shoulder. He's never played
Exactly
on
my
my team
point,
before.
Ronbo. It's an albatross around this franchise's neck. 27 million.
We got to go. I'll let you get a say.
Damn
We've
right.
already been overtime. You
I'm
always
done
cut me off when I start
He
talking
don't know
about
nothing
Jimmy.
about no
I don't.
football.
Man, we had a good time. We always have a good time. Every time.
We do.
And I appreciate it.
Trey
Yeah,
is always
despite
going to come in
it
with the
up
same.
in
See, that's the thing about people who don't like Jimmy. You guys, your argument always runs over a cliff because there's one point where you can't really answer.
There's
But
no
I always
clip that
enjoy
I've
that.
run over, Ronbo. The only clip that you stand on is the league has spoken. I have nothing else.
The league is spoken.
31.
Good night, Trey. Good night.
31 no
He
thanks.
wouldn't even trade for him. He wouldn't.
31 no thanks.
Night. I love it. Yes, he's got a bad shoulder. He's in the hospital. He doesn't know anything about our offense. Hey, Charles.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Charles, man, I was really having fun with Trey. But Charles, I started out tonight looking at who. Somehow, no matter what happens, it's always going to end up being Jimmy. But I always try to avoid it because most arguments about Jimmy are just stupid. My version, whoever's coming at me, it's all stupid. But anyway, I was talking about Julio to begin with. Julio or not? I'll leave it at that. Would you have Julio on the 49ers next year? And everybody talks about how Trey loves a bomb. There's his target. We need a deep threat. And is there a deep threat in the game better than Julio?
No, we would, we should definitely sign Julio. Now you have to get rid of Jimmy in order to sign Julio. But if you sign Julio, you have to sign him. You have to give him an accelerated contract, a contract that that where he can maximize. I'll say you pay him $6 million, but tell him, okay, you can make $10 million if you stay healthy. You play the whole year. You have to give him a contract like that, an incentive-based contract. But I think we should definitely. I think it would boost morale. I think a lot of players on our roster
would be inspired. Yeah.
I think the morale of the players are down because we got this whole for the past 2-3 years now. We've had this Jimmy thing hanging over the roster, and
and we went to the playoffs and got all the way to the Super Bowl and the NFC CG 2 out of 3 years, but that doesn't matter. But yeah, go ahead. That's hanging over our head.
But the players are weary. When you go into the Super Bowl and you go into the NFC Championship game and you haven't won it, the players get weary, and so they see everything that's wrong with it, and so
Charles, you remember the Buffalo Bills?
I'm gonna talk about. I'm gonna talk about.
You remember the Buffalo Bills when they went 4 Super Bowls in a row?
Yeah.
Nobody talked about getting rid of the quarterback. The Rams have went through the same thing. Russell Wilson has been through the same thing.
Remember?
There's teams you don't give up on you don't get weary when you're winning. You just don't.
But you remember the Philly? Philly did it too. Remember?
The Eagles win. Well, they finally won it, but they didn't do it the first time.
No, but they went to the NFC Championship game multiple times. It was in the 90s or the 2000s, early 2000s.
Who was the quarterback then? Is that Cunningham?
I think it was McNabb. Was it McNabb or yeah, it was McNabb. But they had the awesome defense, and they went multiple times. They went to the NFC Championship game.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think the morale on the 49ers, man, the offense has been, the quarterback position has been sinking.
Charles, before you go into that, know this. Everybody on that offense loves Jimmy, and you know this. So I don't know how you connect that argument.
Well, I don't want to get into Jimmy tonight. I just, I want to say this.
I'm just saying the morale is not falling because of Jimmy, is all I'm saying. If anything, they're a little concerned maybe about Trey. But as far as that.
I want to say this about Deebo Samuel. If Armstead got signed for $18 million, we need to get rid of Armstead and sign Deebo.
We just get rid of Armstead?
Armstead got $18 million. If Armstead gets $8 million, Deebo should at least get 22.
Okay, but Armstead's been with us for how many years? Charles, Armstead's been with us for how many years? He went through 2 contracts before he got this one, didn't he?
7 years.
Yeah.
No, he went through one contract, but he's been with us 6 or 7 years.
Yeah. So you got Deebo at his 3rd year, and I don't know that you need to make that comparison. You got to figure somebody else besides Armstead, right? I mean, Eric restructured his contract here just the other day, or a couple of weeks ago, right? So I really, you're going to get rid of Armstead?
No, I'm saying I'm not saying get rid of Armstead. I'm saying if you pay Armstead $18 million, you got to pay Deebo at least 22 because he's more valuable than Armstead.
Well, that might be debatable as far as the defense goes. But you're looking at apples and oranges when you look at the defensive efforts versus the offensive efforts, right? Offensive players, generally speaking, get more money than the defensive players anyway.
Yeah.
But, especially defensive linemen. If you're not an edge rusher, you're not getting paid that much anyway. But Armstead, his versatility, his growth, he's been with us for like the amount of time he's done. He's recently decided to stop getting injured every year. So you got to look at that. You can't decide that Armstead's a guy. Well, you can, but I don't. I just don't make the connection between Armstead's production, which is, by the way, very good. He was like PFF had him ranked at number one for several positions.
No, I'm not saying we should get rid of him. I'm just saying.
But if you're going to pay him, you should pay Deebo. Yeah, for value.
He got 18. Deebo deserves. Yeah. If anybody should get paid on this team, Deebo is top 3. Boza, Deebo, and the left tackle Williams.
If
those 3,
Charles,
should be.
We got to go. But listen, if you be patient and stop worried about the money so much, trust me, he will be one of the top 3 paid players on this team getting paid right now. So, but we got to go, fam.
Okay, all right.
All right, Charles. I'll see you tomorrow if you got time. All right, fam.
All right, bro.
And hey, yo, Jay.
Ronbo. Hello. Yeah.
Jay, come on in, man.
If we're going to get $18 million, why won't we cut Jimmy? We would get instantly $18 million.
Cut Armstead. Listen, we should cut every contract.
Okay.
Cut every guy that's got any more than $10 million. You got to go. Where is this conversation going? Why do we need to get rid of everybody in order to pay Deebo? That doesn't make any sense, Jay.
I don't know, but about Julio Jones, Ronbo.
Yeah.
If we trade if we trade Deebo, sure, I would get Julio Jones, but I would. How much he's making currently right now, or no?
No, he's not going to ask for that. He knows. Okay. He just got cut loose. Oh yeah, he got cut, right? So you don't need to pay him anything. You didn't trade for him. He comes into camp. He has a conversation. You offer him. Jay, if you want him, what do you offer him? You don't have to offer him 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 million. That's out. You give him a $1 million contract, the vet max, the minimum, and you lay out a path that he could go to get paid. That's all you can do. Otherwise, we're done talking.
I think you wouldn't do it because remember, Ronbo, we're in California, right? The
taxes, I know.
So no wonder Deebo wants to get paid. Them taxes.
He can't afford the taxes.
Yeah.
Hey, but here's the thing with Julio, he's going to get offers from other teams, but he knows that he can thrive in Shanahan's way of doing things. So maybe he takes that incentive package if the 49ers really wanted him.
Yeah. But the only way I would do it if we trade Deebo, and that's it pretty much. And about Deebo, he wants $25 million. I would do it. Honestly, I would do it, because it's really only 25, and people say that he took us to the playoffs, not Jimmy Ronbo. Remember that,
Well, who threw him the ball, Jay? Remember that. I love when people say that. Who threw him the damn ball? Who threw him the ball? I mean, this thing about disconnecting Jimmy on everything positive on this team. It's hilarious, Jay.
But
Jimmy is not just the black hole on the team. Deebo just threw the ball and he went and caught it himself.
I mean, come on. Anyone can throw a 5-yard pass.
Anybody can throw a 5-yard pass, but could they throw it accurately? Could they throw it on time? Jay, have you ever played football before?
No.
Okay, here's the thing. If a quarterback, after the ball is snapped, certain things have to fall into place. Patterns have to be ran, and that ball's got to be right at a certain place at a certain time. People think that's easy for some reason, but I don't know why. Okay, those timing routes that you've seen Deebo and Jimmy connect with for the last 3 years, those are not easy.
Okay, you're probably right. You're probably right, Ronbo. But, yeah, $25 million ain't nothing, so whatever. I'll just do it. And, Jimmy,
It's like Emilio says, though, you don't need to pay. You could go a little less, but make sure that the rest of the contract is attractive,
Yep. But it doesn't make sense, Ronbo. Why are we waiting so fucking long, Ronbo? Three other wide receivers got to get paid, Ronbo. Cooper Kupp, Kupp, and DK Donkey Khan, and AJ Brown, Ronbo. How much are they going to get paid?
I complain about this every year. We do this with every one of our guys. Every guy that's due to get paid, we wait until everybody else gets paid, and then now we got to pay huge money, and then they don't want to. So I said, you got this. I do have a problem with that. The 49ers, I know they know what they're doing, but this bothers me.
Yep. So if we're gonna pay them, let's just pay them right now because literally the market's gonna go up.
And you just mentioned Cooper
I ain't
Kupp.
about
He's
to
going
pay
to get
no
paid
wide
soon.
receiver $30 million. Yeah, he is going to get paid soon. Even though he's a trash receiver. His quarterback is good, but whatever.
But what I don't understand is what are the Rams waiting for? Are they waiting for Deebo to get paid?
No, I'm sure the wide receivers, they're probably waiting. Their agents are telling them to wait or something so they can get more money, because the agents, they make money too,
Well, they make a percentage.
Clearly they do. So they clearly want money more for themselves as well. So yeah, and about Jimmy, just cut him, please.
Yeah.
You have a good day, right?
Yeah. I gotta tell you and everybody else that just does not like Jimmy Garoppolo. Here's what's gonna happen: if they don't get rid of Jimmy by the time camp starts, there's gonna be a problem. You know why? Because Kyle's already said if he's on the team, I expect him to be a part of the team. Now that means suddenly there's gonna be a competition. The preseason games are gonna be interesting, right? You've got Trey, who probably hasn't advanced that far from where he was at the end of the season, right? Remember, Jimmy Garoppolo, bad shoulder, bad hand. Why in the world, Kyle, won't you let Trey play? I don't know why, but it just seems to me it follows a certain line of logic.
Because Jimmy has that experience, Ronbo. He made a playoffs, that's why I'm pretty sure. Not just
you're the first person that said that doesn't like Jimmy. Most people say, Kyle's out of his mind. It's why they don't actually make any sense. They just get mad at Kyle. It's the thing is he needs time to develop, and is 1 year enough? And that's something the 49ers. That's something my people might have to deal with because the 49ers.
He better play.
Jimmy comes out, if Jimmy comes out there and looks good,
he ain't about to.
Yeah, in August. Go ahead.
You go. Okay. Trey ain't about to develop sitting down for another year. I was being like, he has been sitting down for 3 years pretty much, or something like that. And I don't want that to happen.
Yeah, but you know what the dilemma is? The 49ers are still Super Bowl ready. If this quarterback can't keep up and keep the same intensity that they had last 3 years, we're the first team that's ever gotten rid of a quarterback that's been to the playoffs this deep and into the Super Bowl 2 out of 3 years. We'll be the first team to ever get rid of the quarterback. We'll see what happens, though.
Ronbo, wait. About that, I don't think we're going to make it a Super Bowl this coming up here because, look at our schedule. We got to face
No.
Don't
come up with reasons and excuses, Jay. No.
Like, come on. We face the Chiefs. They're probably going to whoop our ass, Ronbo. Let's be honest here, Ronbo.
Well, and so are the Broncos, and so are the Chargers.
I mean, the Broncos,
and
we're
going to
win against them. I honestly believe that. Okay.
This is what Kyle is worried about. You better know it. I'm telling you. All right. This is Jay. I'll be back tomorrow.
Okay, Ronbo.
All right, man.
Fire Jimmy, by the way. Fire him out.
Yes, get rid of him. Don't pay him. Get out.
Don't pay him. Hell no.
Good night, Jay. See you tomorrow. Hey, Casey.
What's shaking, Ronbo?
Casey, last time we talked to you, you were in the middle of a fair. Are you okay this time? Because I don't want you talking and run into something. Because the person in the back of the car can actually sue you. Or you got to be careful.
That's what they tell me, Ronbo.
But Casey, I don't blame you, man. You know, if you pull the car over with the passenger in the car, listen, I got to talk to Ronbo for a second. Can you be okay with that? You in a hurry? Casey, with your personality, I can see you doing
that has
like
happened
that.
before. Yeah, that has happened before. Well, I mean, you make me wait for an hour and 15 minutes, Ronbo. What am I going to do here?
Casey, I'm sorry, man.
There's only so many hours in the day.
I know, right? 24 ain't enough. Hey, but Case. Okay, so I'm looking at Julio, and I saw a little message fly up on my notifications that the 49ers are one of the teams named as a possible landing spot for free agent Julio Jones, right? I said, okay, the day has finally arrived, and he just got cut, so we don't need to pay him $20 million. I wonder what Julio would play for. And how would we use him? And I thought about giving him a contract that isn't going to cost any money. I don't know. Do you want Julio taking up a roster spot? I didn't think about that though.
Yes.
You do.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah. Julio Jones, are you kidding me?
Yeah. See,
Nick Bosa's new best friend? Absolutely, Ronbo.
Wait a minute. Nick and
imagine how happy Nick Bosa that would make Nick so happy.
How come?
Well, you remember that time he tackled Julio versus the Falcons at Levi's, and he got up and he was like,
he was all excited
I
about that
tackled Julio
too.
Jones.
I don't blame him.
Yeah.
Nick's.
Bosa Bear would be cheesing, Ronbo.
Because once Julio starts striding, nobody catches him. So Nick did. I forgot all about that, Casey. You're right.
Yeah. Yeah, man. They got to get Julio. They should have got Julio before he went to the Titans, you know?
Julio's price tag, that was like, even Jimmy's salary wasn't going to help the 49ers with that. Everybody seems to use Jimmy's salary as the reason why we don't sign people. But the thing is, Julio, wasn't he $19 million last? What was Julio getting? He was getting over 20, right?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I don't know.
You know about Deebo, I'm just glad that Deebo didn't say he wants $30 million. Because if Deebo said he wanted $30 million, I would understand that too. Deebo's led the league in all-purpose yards last year. He's the best wide receiver out there right now, man. Devontae Adams and Tyreek Hill, these guys are all nice. But when it comes down to playoffs, when it comes down to grown men and playing in Lambeau,
I like that last one.
you saw
grown
what
men
Deebo
football.
did.
Deebo,
yeah.
and he's among why we actually put that game away against the Packers. People always say it's that special teams play, but that shot at the end of the game to get that first down was critical.
Totally, and I picked up a couple Packer fans the other night, and I said, "Oh, you guys got Rodgers, but you lost Devontae." Yeah, well, they very quickly told me that they didn't care about losing Devontae because they have Rodgers. I thought, oh my Lord. Okay. Yeah.
You should have reminded them what Rodgers looked like in 2017 season when DeMonte went down to injury, and I think they missed the playoffs that year.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's just, I don't think you can really replace what Deebo does. I mean, he's one of a kind.
Yeah.
I don't know any other player to compare him to.
Well, Cordell, what's his last name?
I don't know.
But Deebo's like
Patterson.
But he's better than Patterson though. Patterson's good, but Deebo's still.
I just don't see anyone that's all overall like Deebo. And I think it's not fair to say I see a lot of people saying that it might have been a one-hit wonder, and we got to see if Deebo can do it again. So, no, that was legit last year. Deebo got better as the season went on.
And he should.
He only got better in the playoffs.
He's only been in the league for 3 years. I mean, you can't call a guy like that a one-hit wonder when he's looking that good in his third season, and he missed one.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I mean, you don't know football if you don't. You know what I mean? You got to keep Deebo at all costs. I mean, if they lose Deebo, they might lose me, Ronbo. I'd be just as upset as day they lost Frank and Andy Lee.
He's not going anywhere. Deebo is not. Andy Lee,
yeah,
did
I
that
don't
bother
think
you?
So when they lost Frank and Andy Lee, Ronbo, I might have you might have seen a grown man shed a tear that day, Ronbo. I love Andy Lee, man. I was so sad to see Andy Lee go.
Andy, I didn't like it, but I was able to deal with it. But
Oh, Ronbo, I couldn't take it. They sent him to the Cleveland Browns, Ronbo.
But what's worse is the guy we picked up.
You remember back in the day, Andy was our best player for a while there, Ronbo.
And remember the guy we picked up to replace him? The dude was pure butt cheeks. I mean, he shanked the ball once a week. Every game, he shanked the ball at least once. What was that guy's name? God, he made me mad.
I don't remember.
Oh, anyway.
I don't remember, but for some reason that made me think of Jose Cortez, the kicker. You remember Jose Cortez, Ronbo?
Oh, God. Casey, we got to go, though. I'm getting bumped over here by production. Casey, I'll be back tomorrow, and hopefully I don't have to make you wait too long. Okay.
All right, Ronbo, you're the man, fam. Have a good night, bud.
Case. You too, fam. Night. Oh, God, Cortez, man. You know, I'm like that guy that never missed a field goal in college and came into the pros and couldn't ever make another field goal. That's the worst story. Bobo says, I say we extend D Ford another $50 million and trade Deebo for picks. Then Brick must bring back Jalen Hurd for $20 million a year to replace Deebo. Bobo, the Rams would do it. They got plenty of money. Thanks for contribution, Bobo. And we need to be in a joking mode. Comedy relief is in order now, you know? Hey, Bethel.
Hey, Ronbo.
Bethel, man, Julio's out there, man, and he could be a 49er. I know. His career is probably on his last couple of seasons, but would be interesting. If you're going to offer him a contract, would you, or did you say, Ronbo, please get over Julio? It's either way that.
No, I wouldn't do it.
Deebo's thought. The report now is Deebo's pretty much wanting $25 million because it's been going all over the place with what Deebo wants.
Yeah.
You know, and NFL Network people have said, we probably run this guy. It's probably around $25 million what Deebo's asking for, but we don't know. And what nobody knows is what is the fine print in the contract is also the issue. Could be that more than anything else in the guaranteed money. What do you think?
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot about, why are people siding with a billionaire, not with a player and all that stuff.
Every year people do this, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm like, I go, the reason why Bosa is not tripping about his money, because he's going to get his money. And the way they're beefing up this defense is going to be sick. This defense is going to be really good. And imagine Bosa had 15 sacks. Imagine if Bosa beats the sack record this year. Imagine how much money he's going to want. He's not going to want 30. He's going to probably want 35.
Well, man, the thing is, wait, Bethel, now, because the thing is, you can't go too far beyond, the top money because nobody will pay you. You can sit there and say, I need $40 million. You're an edge rusher. So go ahead. We'll wait right here. You see if you can go get $40 million, Nick. I'm going to tell you right now, you're not going to get $40 million at 35.
There's not.
I forgot about the Rams,
everything's going crazy, so you never know.
The Rams could pay him $40 million.
No, it could be, it could be a possibility, but it's just a hypothetical. It's just something that may happen. Yeah. Because of how people want more money sometimes, and
all the time.
Yeah. So that's why Nick is not tripping. Because he knows he's going to get his money no matter what.
And you know what? And he also knows there's no point in making a lot of noise. Now, the 49ers hold all the cards with this contract, just like they hold Deebo's, even more so, because Nick's got another year left on his regular contract, and he's got a fifth-year option available to him as well.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
He's not going to sit out
and then plus,
for 2 years.
And then plus, I hear, about the player and all that, and I'm all like, okay, how many times have we complained about Ayuk being open and them not throwing them the ball? We complain a lot of times. Imagine if all those times he was getting, if you threw him the ball.
He made the catch. Wouldn't he be asking for more money?
He got all these yards and he got all these touchdowns and everything. And he probably would have been tied with Deebo. So now you have, and how about if Ayuk does all the right things, like look, he was in the mini camp, helping the rookies out and all that, and he doesn't say nothing in the media and all that. how are you gonna trade a guy like that if he's doing everything right? He doesn't deserve something like that.
No, are you talking about Ayuk or Deebo?
Yeah, Ayuk. Yeah,
Okay.
Ayuk.
Well, nobody's
And he
trading
doesn't
Ayuk.
deserve to be traded.
Yeah, but
you're gonna do this with Deebo. With Deebo because
he's asking for more money.
A diva and all that stuff, like.
Oh, Bethel, is he a diva? Diva, I don't know. Would you label him a diva already?
I put him as a diva. I'm
really?
I go look at what he's doing. He's taking off his media thing. He's taking off all this. I'm like, and he's tweeting all these tweets out. Like, I'm like. If you don't say nothing and you let everything ride, let your manager or whatever, let him do what he has to do, then that's fine. We're not getting mad at Kittle for trying to get all this money because we know his manager was the one doing it. Now we know that Deebo the one doing it. I go because no player or no person is gonna go on Instagram and waste their time and do all this unless you have a reason to do it.
But Bethel, you know what though? That seems to be a fashion with this generation that's coming in the last 2-3 years. I mean, you look at Kyler Murray over there, decided to scrub his wall. That's the best way to send your rage, right?
Yes, but
I'm no longer affiliated with that team.
If Ayuk doesn't do it, and he's younger than Deebo. That just says what kind of person is Ayuk and what kind of person is Deebo.
I think under 30 ball players, I think they all are going to do this kind of thing. This has become a fashion point, right? And more than anything else, I don't know that Diva is Deebo. I think for the most part, he just wants his money. Because when he starts acting like a diva on the field, when he starts going Antonio Brown on me, then he's turned into a damn diva. Deebo, you don't get every pass. You get all the passes now. That would put him in diva class. But
because how about if the Niners decide to, okay, you know what? We could tag you, and I think if you tag him, you have to give him what, 20?
No, but you don't. Hey, Bethel, remember, you don't have to tag him. He has another year left on his contract. He can sit down. And he's not going to do that. He's not going to do that.
So yeah, you still have this rookie, contract. So it depends on what we see, what he does. Hopefully he doesn't.
Can text each other all the time. And say, they ain't give you money yet? Yeah, you clean your wall off like I told you? I did. All right, we'll be all right. You guys put that. Kyler, you and Deebo, put your stuff back on the wall and stop. Bethel, we're going to run out of time. But I'll be back tomorrow, though. All right? I'm looking for you.
All right, no problem, Ronbo. It just hopefully, everything gets taken care of, and if it doesn't, then whatever happens.
No, it's gonna be taken care of. The 49ers are not gonna leave you like that. They'll be fine. All right, fam. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, just don't get mad. Just don't get mad at the Niners if they trade him, because if they don't trade him in draft day, then he's gonna stay. But if they trade him in draft day, then he's gone. So we'll see.
Yeah. All right, Bevel. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right.
All right, fam. Night. And we move quickly to Fly Guy.
Ronbo.
Fly Guy. I tell you what, these are the subjects that Fly Guy just flourishes with. Because as soon as I ask him, Fly Guy, are you interested in bringing the legend, the myth, the living legend, should I say, Julio Jones, to San Francisco for a 1-year contract?
No, not really. Think about some of the guys that we have barely getting playing time, like Jordan Jennings. He better get playing times. So this is supposed to be his year.
Julio would be a gimmick type of player. That's why you don't have to pay him a whole lot of money. Right? Julio's going to come in certain situations because we're not going to play him like everybody else is trying to play him. That's why he comes up lame. He's not, body can't handle that anymore.
Julio's too old.
Basically.
I say we get what Well, then Odell is, even though he hurt, but we can use him at the end of the season.
Odell gets hurt, and more seriously than Julio. When Odell gets hurt, he's out for the season. You know, and we were trying to get him too. Can you imagine?
He can come back at the end of the season to help us. Yeah,
To
we
OBJ?
can. Yeah, OBJ is better than Julio right now.
Well, now.
And then that Deebo, people that's calling that say, "Oh, Deebo is not going to be traded. He's not going to be traded." They wrong. They don't see it how think about put your shoes in Kyle's situation, right?
Yeah.
You show this guy so much love, and at the end of the season, the guy just show you his true color. So you think the vibe is going to be the same? Kyle and Deebo going to be the same? No, it's not going to be the same. So Kyle don't even want Deebo on his team no more.
Wait now.
That's what you got to think about it.
Kyle does not have anything to do with what's going on in the front office about them trade. He will treat Deebo exactly the same, and as soon as Deebo comes back to field, he'll congratulate him on closing the deal, and that'll be it. There will not be any animosity between those two, I promise you.
I mean, not if Kyle don't have anything to do with it. Kyle trying to bring players in. He probably, how you know who's setting the price? You think it's just John Lentz? Kyle is probably telling John Lentz, you know what, I don't want to spend no more than 20 here. Or
no,
you think it's just John Lentz that's saying, oh, Kyle, please.
If
nah,
anything,
come on, Ronbo.
I'm telling you right now, Kyle has got his fingers crossed, hoping this would hurry up and end with Deebo coming back to play. You know Kyle loves Deebo. Come on, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Deebo
That's what I'm
was
saying.
so big a part of that offense, if not all of it.
It's not going to be the same no more because Kyle probably feel like Deebo let him down because
he asked for more money.
Kyle probably feel like 20 is enough. Come on, Deebo, like you just out of line.
D-Flow, I mean, Fly Guy, no. Kyle does not care. He's looking at Deebo and thinking, well, you know, I don't have a problem with him going for the money. I just hope it works out. That's all he's thinking, I promise you.
All y'all gonna be shocked on draft day.
Are we trading Deebo on draft day?
Yeah. Why not you?
You know what? I'll be thinking about you during that day. And the 49ers have traded Deebo Samuel to the Jets.
Yeah, get something for him
to the
before
number 10 spot.
Okay,
and they're going to get another first rounder next year and a third rounder this year. Wow.
Yeah, let me tell you why, Ronbo. Once a player lose motivation for the team, it's over.
What makes you think
Deebo's not going to be the same.
You think he's no longer motivated to play with the 49ers?
No, as far as like, you know what Deebo's about. Deebo is not about the team right now. He's about my pocket. Like, I'm going to play, but my pocket first. And you look at George Kittle, them. Yeah, they got paid, but they will give money back just to keep the team together. Those players,
now,
like, yeah.
George didn't at first. He just recently did that. And Deebo might do the same thing down the line. You know?
Nah, Deebo ain't gonna give you a coin back.
You think he's greedy, don't you? I know. This is the thing. People have drawn this picture of this guy because he's coming out of his rookie year. He contributed heavily toward the 49ers' success, and he just wants to get paid. Maybe it's too much money for what we're thinking, but you can't blame him in that fashion, Fly Guy. He's got to try.
Too much money, too early in his career, and then you don't scrub the team pictures down on Instagram. That's the whole 2 weeks. If you go on YouTube right now, sometimes you have to like all you see is Deebo. Like, what the hell? The whole is like it's a distraction to the team. I'm telling you, Ronbo, Kyle looking at it like
we haven't started the season yet, but it becomes one if we have to go into the season and Deebo's still holding out. And if that does happen, there's going to be a lot of problem with that because it's too late to trade him at that point. He's not, listen, Fly Guy, he's not going to sit out. Deebo's going to play. The 49ers are going to pay him as well. I firmly believe that, too. And there will be no trade. Fly Guy, he's not going to get traded on draft night.
Yeah, trust me, he is. And then like what I forgot what I was saying. the Julio Jones thing, the Julio Jones, like, why would you go get Julio Jones for how much you think Julio Jones would want?
Well, I give him the vet minimum, and I give him an incentive package. I'm not paying him any salary because Julio gets hurt too easily and too fast, and he's out for long periods of time. But if he's going to be a little bit of Julio, and I can find a way to use him from time to time, he could be a devastating weapon for the 49ers.
Well, how much would you pay him? How much?
I said that minimum, what is it, $1 million or maybe something like that? That'd be about it.
$1 million?
Yeah. But I got an incentive. I got an incentive package for him though. He can make more.
Okay. That's not bad. I thought you were going to pay.
No, we're not paying no premium prices for Julio. Nobody is. So that's why I'd offer him that. Anyway, Flack, I'll be back looking for you tomorrow. All right.
Okay.
Appreciate you, fam. Always. Night. We have the most colorful call-ins. That's why I love doing this program. and wait a minute, we already had one, Jay. It's got to be Big Rig Jay. Jay.
Ronbo.
Yes, Jay.
What is going on, my brother?
Jay, man, I'm in here trying to get people to buy into the Julio concept, but I'm not getting any luck on that. Not really. And about Deebo, you just heard Fly Guy traded him on draft night. Big Show been trading him for days. Jay, let's not influence what you're going to say next, because don't hold back. Jay, Julio and Deebo at $25 million, people talk about him like they just call him a diva, Jay. I don't know. I just don't know if it's warranted to call him all that. Jay, what are you thinking?
I mean, on a Julio front, you know, he gonna sign for at least $5 million or more.
That's
Sammy Watkins just got $4 million from Green Bay, and he been hurt.
Yeah, I heard about that.
So
I don't know how much he got paid, but I saw that.
If we could get Julio around training camp, you know, once we cut Jimmy or do whatever we're gonna do with Jimmy, you know, that'd be good. But as far as Deebo concerned, Deebo, I ain't gonna say he a diva, but you know, he about his money.
Does he not deserve? What does he deserve? Where do you want to pay him?
25. That's cool.
Okay.
I want to pay him like 20, 22, but 20. Look, that extra $3 million ain't gonna kill nobody. That's a backup.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So I pay it to him, but Deebo going about it the whole wrong way though.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I wish he would be cool. Deebo, man, if you're watching, Deebo, you know I love you, man. I'm just saying I wish you'd chill out. Jay, go ahead.
Yeah, that's it. Deebo, you gonna get your money. That ain't even a question. You gonna get it as long as you don't get hurt. You gonna get your money. But you know the way you going about it is, you know, Deebo is about that money. Can't nobody say look at Deebo and look how Deebo operates. Tell Deebo ain't about that money. Since on his rookie contract, he bought a Corvette. You know what I mean? Yeah. He got ice. You know, he dressed. You know, he want that money right now so he can go spend before the season. You know what I mean? He trying to go shopping. You know, trying to go out to the islands before the season starts. You know, he trying to go ball out. You know,
but Jay, he ain't poor even on his contract. He ain't poor. So, you know, he can go wherever place he wants to go. But the thing is, you know, Deebo's probably thinking about his future, his family's future, and that type of thing, you know?
Yeah, but if he gets $70 million right now, though, or, you know, whatever the signing bonus is going to be, he's time to go shopping.
And you don't worry me about that, Jay. He'd come in fat because he'd be out eating and doing everything you do when you partying. You know, I said, Deebo, man, you got to trade, D. No, don't do this. You know.
Oh yeah. Nah, he better not. If he recognized what he did last year, that's because he trained right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He finally got his body in shape. You know what I mean? Deebo was always out of shape.
Yeah.
That's all it is. But I don't know, man. We got to trade Deebo. I mean, we got to trade. It got to be something worth. It just got to give up 10, 38, and like 69 or 35. You know, we got to get at least 3 picks. You know.
But Jay, what's worth more? Wouldn't you love to get a first-round pick for next year too? I'm gonna take a first this year and a first next year. You want to give me anything else? That's fine.
So
we can work on a first-round pick for next year later.
No. For what? We need them picks now. We need to replace Deebo. We need to replace Deebo production now. You know what I mean?
If we can get
like 10, 3. We can get 10, like 38, and 69. We can trade back from 10 to like 19 or something, pick up another second. We can get Christian Watson with 19. We can go in at 38 and get Breece Hall, the best running back, explosive.
You've not said anything about an offensive lineman yet. Jay, I was waiting for you to go that direction. I need somebody. Alex Mack's not going to play next year. He play this year.
In this scenario, you know, we got the 10th pick, and I got the 38th pick from the Jets and the 69th pick. That's third round. So, you know what I mean? You get your wide receiver, you get your running back, and then with 61, you can get your offensive lineman.
I thought I heard you say running back.
Yeah, 69, you can get another receiver, and then at 93, you can get Marcus Jones, and then, you know, 105, you can just go ahead and get a DN or something, you know what I mean? But, you know, you got to replace Deebo. You got to replace his explosive running game with a bona fide running back, and that's the best running back in the draft.
Jay,
you can
get
him at 38.
Yeah, but you know, I mean,
but I'm just saying.
Know what, matter of fact, I'm going to do anything. I'm going to change up I'm not going to go for any Deebo lookalikes. I'm going to change up the whole thing. You know.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not going for a Deebo lookalike. I'm getting a bona fide number one running back in the draft, 2 top receivers in the first round. You know, in the first round and in the third round. And, you know what I mean, get an offensive lineman with 61 with our original second round pick. That's if we trade Deebo. But it got to be for pick 10, 38, and 69. You know what I mean? This year.
I don't want no Deebo trade, but I'm listening to it. It sounds very exciting. But
hey, I understand it don't sound exciting that bad because you know Deebo a beast, but you know we about the jersey, you know what I mean? We ain't about the name on the back.
That's a weapon, though. It's like I came in the room with a shotgun. Somebody hit me and took my gun and gave me a .22 pistol. Now what I'm gonna do? I got to go in here and fight 4 or 5 of these badass thugs, and I ain't got nothing but a pistol. So that's what I'm looking at, like, you know, give me the howitzer. Give me Deebo or give me bust.
Yeah. I mean, they can pay him, you know what I mean? Yeah. They just, you know, it's that signing bonus probably for real, but they don't want. They ain't trying to give him, like they say, they ain't trying to give him over 70. They ain't trying to give him 70 mil.
And why would, but I can't believe he complained about that, Jay. That's as much as Diggs got.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess because Diggs and, you know, the rest of them, they've been doing it for a while.
I know. That's what I'm saying. If you offer Deebo that kind of money, he better say okay. Then I'm going to be the people calling him
about 20. Yeah, they probably offering him about 22 or something.
Oh, that's not a bonus. Devontae only got 22, though. Is it guaranteed? Anyway.
Yeah. Well, it's just Deebo. It's just how Deebo going about it. That's all. He's going about it, you know, in an immature way.
Yeah, he don't be washing the ball down.
Your agent don't run, because trust me, there's a lot of athletes and a lot of men out here that ain't going to let their agent run nothing. You know what I mean? We see agents get fired every day. You tell your agent, look, man, I ain't about that. That ain't my standards. Yeah. We don't do that around here. You know what I mean?
That's got to be true. Hey, Jay, man, good to hear from you, man, because you don't hear from you enough. So, you know, great to hear from you. We got to go.
Oh, yeah.
And
I got you. No problem.
I'll be back tomorrow.
Good to hear from you, Ronbo. Love you. Thanks, much. Man. Love you in production, man. Y'all take care. Have a blessed one. And bang, bang, not again. Hit the road, Jimmy, and don't you come back no more. Hit the road, Jimmy, and don't you come back no more.
You could have stuck that earlier, you know. Good night, fam.
Have a blessed one.
You too. Oh, God. Oh. You know, I've not taken a sip in a while. Oh, Lorenzo!
What's going on, Ronbo?
Lorenzo, man, I'm not talking. I just realized I haven't heard your voice in a long time. Is it? I think.
Yeah, I just been kind of listening in every once in a while, but yeah, I kind of get tired of the Jimmy hating, you know. Jeez,
that's not gonna let up. People don't care that we've been a better team without him. Lorenzo, we've not been to 2 out of 3 years in a while, and knocking at heaven's door. Knock, knock. But nobody appreciates that. They think it's his fault that we didn't get the chip. That if we make a replacement of just him, that's going to take us over the hump.
It's like we're not even
drives me nuts. But, you know, it is what it is.
Is that we're not? I mean, you and I must be watching a different game than some of these guys are watching. You know, it's like, geez.
If you listen
Jimmy
to
got no deep ball. You know, it takes a guy.
Right. He's a statue.
It takes a guy in shorts and a tank top to go 40 yards, 4.3 seconds. You know. So if you're not blocking for 2.2 seconds, I think was his average.
Jimmy's 2.5. That's Jimmy averaging 2.5, and sometimes quicker.
No, that's when they were on his ass is 2.5.
You know, I'm telling you right now, people don't get it. They think the offensive line has nothing to do with the quarterback's activity, that if we're not throwing deep, it's his fault. Jimmy says, look, you guys stand there and wait for that route to develop if you want to. I'll stand over here and watch and see how that works out for you. Go ahead. But then they say, here's the thing. They say that, well, what Trey can do is he can run out of the pocket and he can buy time. Well, you know what? There's active and fast linebackers and everything else nowadays. You start running around, you better get rid of that ball still quickly. That's the bottom line.
Yeah. Yeah, but most of these guys crying about Jimmy, they wanted to sign, Aaron Rodgers and just everybody else for $50 million. They're crying about 25 for a winner, you know?
And to add to that, Aaron Rodgers has been trying to win the Super Bowl for 11 years, all right? He won one a long time ago. 11 years has gone by, and he's come up dry. Russell Wilson. Super Bowls, for some reason we have people that believe that Super Bowls are easy to win. And once you get there, there's no excuse for losing. Like the other team that came to play didn't come to win the Super Bowl, right? And so I listen to it.
You hate to make excuses. The only thing I make excuse about is that freaking Chiefs game. Oh, the refs were just horrendous, you know? You're like, God, you hate to lose that way, you know?
I know.
But Jimmy gets a lot of heat, you know. I don't see the disrespect, you know. Like even last year, you know, they're crying, "Hey, we're fucking lost 3 games." Well, we also lost Mostert, and who's that corner we lost right off the bat, our number one corner,
Jason Verrett.
Yeah, those two. I mean, the first quarter, you know.
Can you believe? How bad luck is that, Lorenzo? First quarter.
Yeah, and then
I think that was the first play
my buddy from Green Bay. Yeah.
Oh my God!
When we played Green Bay, we had 3 of our starting, running backs down. You know, I mean, what are you supposed to do? You know. So I thought they did a pretty good job regrouping and getting it together by mid-season. You know.
Hey, Lorenzo, remember we're talking about a quarterback with a bad shoulder coming down the stretch, a hand that's not working.
Yeah.
And they fought back, and they don't want to give him any credit, but Jimmy was involved in that. Fought back from a 3-5 record to get all the way to the playoffs, go in as a wild card, get to the NFC Championship game, but yet get rid of him. That's why I say, you guys are really
took
weird,
back
okay?
And Aaron on the road at the same time, you know, doing it.
But he can't get any credit for it. They give it
to
everybody but Jimmy.
It was all
everybody but Jimmy.
And Deebo, I would pay him $20 million. You know, if you want to go over that, you know, there's down the road later, dude. You know, trade him for a number 1 pick. You know,
I can't wait to
trade
find
him for
out.
number 1 pick, and.
But I can't wait to find out what really is going on. Because, Lorenzo, every year we get details about what's going on. And a lot of times the media is making things up for their own narrative. I mean, they got reasons for doing that in order to get attention, I guess. But Deebo may be asking for what you're talking about. He just wants maybe a certain amount guaranteed. There may be a couple other clauses.
I like Deebo, though. Yeah. Once he turns that corner, I was like, touchdown right there.
I know, right?
We got a touchdown.
Even midfield, Lorenzo. If Deebo gets out midfield and he's out in the open, I know he's gone. Oh, you guys forget about it. Deebo's going all over the house for sure. And he does. You know. So.
But this is a solid team. You don't get rid of a winner. You know, you just don't. You know what I mean? You know, if you don't like Jimmy, so what? You know what I mean? At least we keep winning. You know, at least Trey keeps learning. And you got 2 quarterbacks for $33 million, right? You got Jimmy and you got and Trey. You got 2 quarterbacks. What would you rather have? Those two for 33 or Aaron for 50 and the other guy, whatever they pay him, you know?
And here's the thing, Lorenzo. If it's Nick Sudfeld, who's currently the backup, and Trey Lance, I don't care what anybody says, that is scary. That is freaking
Trey Lance goes down. He played one game, and he got hurt, you know?
And Sudfeld comes in for the rest of the season? There's no point in watching football for the rest of the year. Sudfeld can't run that team. Oh.
Yeah, we're back to 2016, you know?
Or worse.
You don't want to say it, but before Jimmy, you know?
Oh, right. And you talk about players getting all PO'd as far as the offense and defense is going to forgive up because they know no matter what we do, we're not going to be able to score. And with the offense, Kittle, Deebo, all those guys that are used to winning, now all of a sudden it's not happening. Oh, it's a disaster.
Yeah, they just don't get it. You know, I mean, just whatever. You know, I mean, I like it. I like talking trash all the way to the end. You know.
So we're gonna see what happens. I don't know. I just
see
want to
what
keep
happens.
winning.
Yeah, I think we'll be good. Yeah, I like to, keep Jimmy. I mean, what the hell? $25 million is not that much. You want to pay Deebo $25? I mean, some of these guys, pay Deebo $25.
Yeah.
But you got a winning quarterback for $25. But
everybody believes.
I know he kept winning even when Deebo was hurt. So I don't. Maybe it wasn't him.
Well, but everybody thinks
But
Jimmy's contract is stopping
I
from
heard
signing.
that. I want to go outside. I have to go outside. So I want to go. All right, hey, it was good to hear you guys.
Yeah.
You guys take it easy. Go Niners, bro.
Lorenzo. And Big Show says, keep in mind, Packers and Chiefs had no problem trading Hill and Adams. Both are superior as far as talent than Deebo. It's cutthroat, ruthless business. So I can't even argue with that. I cannot. But man, Aaron Rodgers getting $50 million and I don't know, how much is Mahomes getting? Those are the contracts, and that's why I understand I understand the Cowboys were meeting with another high-level kid coming out of college at the quarterback position. Big Show, thanks for the contribution. Oh, Dak, that $40 million is not going to work anymore. Eric.
Yo, what's up, Ronbo?
Eric, man, we're looking at. I was looking at Julio, man. I was thinking the novelty of having him on this team and playing him like part time. I mean, he's not going to be out there all the time. We don't have to depend on him completely, but wouldn't he be fun to have for a minimum amount of money? And then of course, Deebo, the money has been like pretty much. It seems solid. The $25 million is what's happening. Deebo is not asking to be the highest player in football. That's not a quarterback. It's I don't know. What do you think? And Julio, does that appeal to you at all, Eric? And Deebo,
I mean, of course, Julio Jones is appealing, but I mean, at the same time, if Julio really is going for a vet minimum or something like that, I think the Rams would have got him by now.
I know, right?
In all seriousness, yeah. I think a team by now would have scooped him up if he was, really, all that cheap.
Yeah.
I believe he was already.
You heard about Sammy Watkins, right?
Rams too.
I just heard about Sammy.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know Sammy was getting $4 million in Green Bay.
Yeah. So I mean, I honestly, I could probably see Julio asking for maybe at least $6 million because I do think that, despite his age, I think he's still better than Sammy Watkins. Sammy Watkins is good for like one game, and then he just disappears the rest of the season. I remember that monster game he had against us in 2017, I believe, when we had Brian Hoyer.
How about the Super Bowl? All right. God.
Jesus. I didn't want to think about that, but
I didn't either.
I completely forgot he was in that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, ask Sherman.
Burning Richard Sherman. Exactly. But I mean, it is appealing, but I don't think the Niners are going to do it. I don't think they're going to go out and sign Julio Jones. But as far as Deebo, making $25 million, it's not 30, but also it's still a pretty good amount to scare me. I would probably go more towards at least 20, 21 million. If it were me, I've seen people in your comment section say 18 million. I believe Christian McCaffrey's making 17. I believe. Don't quote me on that. But I think he's around there
because he just got that.
Yeah.
Last season. Yeah. Yeah, and Christian McCaffrey's a running back, and if he's making 1 million more than
And Deebo, I don't know if maybe that's the irritation Deebo's getting, if they're actually offering him that type of money, running back money. Maybe that's why he's irritated.
And Eric, now that you mention that should be irritating because Deebo catches passes, and McCaffrey does too. McCaffrey's just a running back who does kind of the same job as Deebo does to some degree, but Deebo's way more of a battering ram. For physicality alone, I'm still giving Deebo a little more money.
Yeah, and I think the reason Deebo's getting more money is because he's base receiver and Christian McCaffrey's base running back.
Yep.
Although McCaffrey has put up, I would say, better numbers. He put up 1,000.
Oh, he's a
1,000 receiving yards, 1,000. Yeah, that he's if he would stay healthy, I'd probably say right up there with Derrick Henry. He actually was at the time that 1,000 target season. 1,000 season with Derrick Henry.
He's such a game changer. I wanted him out of the draft, and people laughed at me when I said, in my first pick of the draft of 2016, 17, whatever it was, Christian McCaffrey. People thought that was funny. Oh, man, nobody drafts a running back number one. I'm telling you guys, Christian McCaffrey the dude is awesome. Now look. But he can't stay healthy, though. That's the only problem. But he is good. I knew he would be.
Yeah, he is. And I remember you saying you wanted Christian McCaffrey. I remember you saying you wanted Corey Davis. Yeah. I remember you always praying for an edge rusher. I believe you wanted Ezekiel Ansah, the lineman that was coming out from the Lions at the time,
the edge rusher. Yeah. And now
Grant Cohn's saying trade Bosa.
Yeah.
Grant Cohn's going out there saying to trade Bosa. Well, obviously he doesn't want to, but he thinks that Bosa's more tradable than Deebo, and I don't understand that. I think.
Well, hey, wait. Back up on that a little bit. Which one would fetch the most in a trade between Deebo and Nick?
Both for sure, Ronbo. Teams value edge rusher way more, and I think edge rushers are harder to come by. Obviously,
especially Bosa's caliber.
Yeah, and I think receiver. I think obviously no, you're never going to get a Deebo, but at the same time you can get a receiver. Deebo is something different. He's a dual threat from each position. I don't think you're ever going to find that. So in terms of base receiver, you can find that pretty easily. Obviously the Niners can't. We tried it 23 times, I believe. It's never really worked out other than Michael Crabtree. But it's and Brandon Ayuk too. I would say he needs to show a little bit more. But I think Brandon Ayuk. Yeah, I believe he's gonna get there.
Yeah. So you don't have to put him in Michael Crabtree's column or anything like that. We got to wait, give him another year, because Crabtree, I'm still pissed off about him. Remember that year he came in? Well, I'm not playing. Why? Well, I need more money. What? We just drafted you, and he's holding out. I said, you know what? It's good that he did kind of good, because I was livid.
Yeah. And also I heard a previous caller say that Deebo was a diva, and I don't believe that. This is just a strategy that these guys are using. Who's to say that his agent told him to raise things on Instagram? It's a strategy to try to piss off a team or get them scared. I would say not piss them off, get them scared to make them believe that the guy's irritated. And also it's a way to get the fan base on your side. The minute it happened, everyone was screaming, "Pay Deebo, pay Deebo," and it's a way to make the French. Yeah, it worked, and all of a sudden now there's people saying, trade Deebo. Obviously, I've given a way that you could trade Deebo and what you could get, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think the Niners.
Our fan base can become very affluent sometimes. They disconnect in a way that I've never been able to do. I can't. Deebo's trying to get paid. I'm not mad at him for that. I don't, good luck to him, and I hope it happens. But I'm not going to hate him or get mad at him. That's what he's supposed to do. So, Well, anyway, Eric, we're going to see what happens. I think the 49ers are going to pay him myself soon, as opposed to, they'll trade him on draft night. No, they're not. Maybe they do, but I can't believe that. But anyway, we'll see. But anyway, Eric, we got to go. I'll be back tomorrow, though.
All right. I'll catch you later.
Appreciate you, fam. Night. And yesterday we saw that name. Is that Nate?
So now y'all tag teaming me, huh? You getting tired? You gassed out after that?
I agree. They don't use McCaffrey right. He's not built to be running between the tackles like that. It's insane. That's why I knew he'd work out with Kyle's system, but I don't kind of stretch zone. He would have been, oh, God.
Double dribble.
Hey,
Double dribble.
Nate.
No, double dribble. So, hey, this is Larry Bird shit right here. Larry Bird shit.
Nate's playing basketball in the house. Hey, Nate.
Sons? I just wish I felt like Kelly Oubre. That dude, he cute.
Yes. What's up?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm
Nate,
here.
Yeah, I caught you in the middle of a sentence. I love it. Nate, man, we're sitting there. I was trying to find you yesterday. I couldn't get you. How you doing?
I'm all right, man. So just pay the man. Just pay Deebo. That's it, man. That's all I got to say. Man. Have a good night.
Because you've heard what's being said, right? Boy, people, when Deebo was out there tearing ass, everybody, oh, Deebo. The boy asked for the money. The people asked for the money. Man, Diva. Oh, people.
No. I don't even see it at that. I just don't think it's our business to care about all that. The 49ers going to take care of him. It's okay.
I'm pretty sure that too.
We need him on the team.
Yeah, we do.
That's it.
Yep.
And then they get rid of Jimmy. It seems like Jimmy's right out the door sooner or later. He's going to go now.
In some capacity. Either gets traded or something. But I tell you what, if they can't trade him, the 49ers made clear they're not getting rid of him. They're not for free. And you know what, Nate? And this is something linked but not directly to. What are we going to do for that third quarterback? I got something similar to the blind leading the blind. I got Trey Lance starting, fine. I'm okay with that. And then I got Nick Sudfeld backing him up. If something goes wrong, and we saw Trey get hurt a couple of times last year without any length of time on the field, right? So here comes Sudfeld. Now what?
I don't know. There's only two quarterbacks on the team, right? All the time. Seems like Kyle Shanahan likes to do that kind of thing.
On the field, yeah. But Kyle always keeps three. If Jimmy stays, that's I have no idea if Jimmy stays. That's going to cause a whole lot of trouble. But if he stays, at least you got two quarterbacks that can run the offense.
Yeah, that's correct. That's true. So, what do you want? You want him to stay another year if we can't get the right deal? We could have took the number 2 picks over. Wasn't the team offering the two second-round picks for him?
Hearsay, a rumor. It's never been clarified or it's just never been confirmed. It's been said, like so many things are said during this time here. And then when that got out there, people said, well, it's probably the Washington team. Well, the Washington team went and got, they're the ones who got, what's his name, I think, from Hawaii. Anyway, no, the 49ers are going to turn around two first-round draft picks, and they would have told Jimmy, listen, we got the 2 first-round picks we can use, or 2 second-round picks. It was 2 second-round picks. Anyway, they would have took that. Or they tried to, and then made it possible for Jimmy to go. But see, here's the thing. If I had it my way, and it's not a popular decision, but I don't want Trey out there any earlier than he's ready. Now, if Trey's jumped leaps and bounds from where he was at the end of the season, okay, fine, let's go. I can't imagine that. He's working hard, and I appreciate that. But quite frankly, right now, it's going to piss people off, but I got to tell you the truth. I don't think he could beat Jimmy out. Not healthy. If Jimmy comes back and his shoulder's not hurting him and the hands hurting, Trey can't beat him out. Not running that offense. Maybe in due time,
not right now.
In a few months away, or maybe early as next year. But right now, Trey can't beat Jimmy out, and we're not going to. There's going to be a problem with that with the rest of the players on the offense. So that's why I'm saying I don't know about
we could still afford to keep Jimmy one more year, and then because Bosa's contract is, yeah. So it's not a big deal. We can. Deebo wants the money right now, right?
Is that right? Because people are saying that. That's the first time I've heard of that. I thought Deebo was just worried about his contract. And if it's right now, there's going to be a real big problem with that. It should kick in next year. Give him the bonus money now. Well, the cap hit. You give him the guaranteed money or the bonus, whatever it is. Give that to him now.
1,000 yards.
Yeah, and huge money.
Yeah, it gets to like 1,000 yards in the season. Give him $5 million.
Yeah.
Something like that. A real big bonus where he's all happy with that bonus, right? California's expensive.
Oh,
you got to give him a big bonus.
California's not nearly as expensive as the taxes. And then, well, you're right. Anything you want to purchase is expensive, and then they hit you with the tax. That's why I always leave the store crying, looking at the receipt. I'm looking at the taxes.
Down there, man.
Damn, that's 40%. And so it's rough. So
my brother just moved out to San Jose because he started to work for Tesla. Pretty proud of him, man. They hired him on. So
right. Good.
Yeah, man. So he's down there. He says he's spending a lot of money right now just on gas. Going back and forth to Sacramento. He's in the training. Yeah. He's in the training program. So that's why he
maybe give him to get shit before he can get his gas reimbursed. Because man, and the thing is about California, unless you're in New York City or something like that, we don't have. You got to drive if you want to go places. You got the BART system and something like that, but mostly you got to drive. And that, boy, that eats. What do they say? A good commute time is an hour a day. Burn up a lot of gas doing that.
I'm not interested in all that. Well, I've been recovering from COVID, man. It's been kind of a monster for me. I've been 6 weeks now, and it's like hard, man. Yeah, I ain't lying. It's the hardest thing I've ever been through.
I'm glad you at least you're recovering. You're gonna get better. You're gonna get better. That's the thing.
Dude, I haven't called in to anybody. I haven't really been on the show or nothing. I didn't want to come in and talk. Everybody's like all worried about, come on, give it Deebo. Let him raise that Deebo now. Who cares, man? It's expensive out there, man.
We do this every year. It's always.
You got to understand, 25 million is 25 cents out there.
We did it to Fred. We this money's coming out of our pocket, Casey. Nate. That's why we complain.
It don't matter, man. Put a winning team on the field. That's it, man. All right,
thank
man.
you.
You guys have a good night, man.
All right, Nate. Hang in there. You be okay. Talk to you later.
Later.
And Ellis. Dang, Harold Maria. $85 and the gas tank went to 85% full. Doesn't that scare you? That needle's supposed to be laying over on the F. I like the needles past the F by a margin. $85 and I'm not full. Okay, let's not get into depressing subjects. Ellis, come on in, fam. What's up?
What's up, champ? Yeah.
Well, look, I just imagine what Julio would look like, and people will Photoshop him in a 49er uniform at some point, and just playing for.
I know.
I just would like to see what he looked like running down the field and making a reception. But Ellis, explain why you don't want Julio.
I know.
And also the Deebo situation at $25 million. Now people didn't call the man a diva. Anyway, what are you feeling?
Well, it's interesting because at this point, Deebo's the only person that has an injury history that I want to settle for actually having on the team. So I'm down with paying Deebo the 25 M's. I guess when you factor in the taxes and how much he's got to pay his agent, he may only be getting, it may only be 21, 22 mil that he ends up getting a year out of all of that money, possibly even a little bit less than that. So, it's respectable. 4 years, 25, give him $100 million, give him 50 guaranteed. A little over, 51.2. Don't let him surpass Trent Williams, because it's like a competition, man. It's like for bragging rights and shit like that. And if I think if Deebo was more of like a business, and of course he wants his money, so he's talking, business. But I'm thinking what he wants to do is buy a bunch of foreign cars. He likes the jewelry. He's really young. He's got that trap star, kind of image outside of football, and he likes to party and hang out and floss and flaunt and shine and all that, which is what happens when you're young like that and you get a lot of money. My whole thing is, if he was thinking more on some different type stuff, he would have, created businesses, started investing, and would have really, what's his name? Larry Fitzgerald. He's one of the few NFL players that have capitalized and been the most responsible with his money. You can even use Marshawn Lynch. Marshawn Lynch never spent one of his checks.
He's the guru, yes.
You see what I'm saying? That's a real hustler. He doesn't run around with 10 chains on and trying to run around in flaws. You know what I'm saying? That's, you know, when you come from, you know, from nothing and you know about the game and about hustling and about turning nothing into something, you use whatever little money that you got and you create wealth. You don't have to get, you know, $30 million a year in order to create wealth. You could establish and generate generational wealth from the 3.5. What does he got? He's made up to $6 million by now. Shit, you're supposed to make that money flip and somersault. That's what hustlers do. But Deebo wants to floss and he wants to shine and he wants to, you know what I'm saying, do the money. What's that? I don't know what they call that when you get a big stack of money and you slide it up your arm. I forgot what they call it. There's like a name for that, you know. And it's like you guys, you know, they like to do stuff. Deebo's like a party animal. Which, you know, he's 26, and I guess, you know, it kind of comes with group. It comes with the territory, but that doesn't mean he has to be like that. You know what I mean? It's about choices.
The thing is, though, at this point, he does have to be responsible. You know, is he married? Is that his wife or is his mama's baby? Or baby's mama?
Oh, that's just the baby mama. Okay, still, from what I understand.
Yeah, you gotta take care of that though, right? So you know, you can't be with the $300,000 bling hanging on your chest all the time. You'd be like Post Malone. You'd be, you know, I can't walk down the street. You know, you know, I'm just saying. You know,
you become a target. You become a target. You know what I mean? He's in San Jose. I would hate for something to, you know, heaven forbid anything ever happened to Deebo, somebody catch him out, which I know he wouldn't just be out hot like that, you know what I'm saying, and just running around or anywhere bouncing in and out of the cars. You know, I'm just saying though, that's when people see you as doing something like that and want to be flossing and flaunting, it tempts people. It tempts the wrong side, and you know, people are hungry out here. They're starving. That's your target, your food, as we like
Survival.
to say. So I'm just saying, you know, if give him the 25, man, and let's get the hell on with it. I'm all good with the 25. I'm not okay with the 27, 28, 29, 30s, or none of that other shit, because we need to see if you can actually play this contract at least 3 of these seasons and play like you did last year in 2021. Because if you don't do that, if Deebo only gives us a season and a half or 2 seasons, then I will be talking shit, period. I don't even care. I don't care about what anybody has to say. Everybody want to be, oh, well, that's so good. Okay, well, if you're okay with giving this man all this damn money and we only get a season or 2 out of him, then that's on you. But I don't have to like the shit, and I won't, and I'll say whatever the hell I want. I just want him to really take it seriously. I don't want him to take his foot off the gas when he gets paid. I want him to change how he responds to situations and dealing with things like this, because to me, that's a turnoff in doing all of the public eye stuff and sending subliminals and all that. You don't even have to do that. Kyler Murray's not even going to play until he gets a new contract.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? He's not really talking about shit publicly.
Yeah, well,
because they hasn't got a contract yet.
Well, they took it off the table. And see, the 49ers will never do that to Deebo, though. They ain't taking no contract off the table. They'll work with him.
Of course not. No, I'm just saying I want him to look at how Nick responds, look at how other guys respond. Use the guys around you as examples on how to handle situations when things you might not be at this moment feeling like you're going to get what it is that you feel you're deserved or that you want, let's just say.
And you know what else? I haven't said anything negative about Deebo yet, but you're right, because the fact of the matter is Nick's out working on his game, getting his body ready, trying to make improvements. That's what you're supposed to be doing right now. You're supposed to be down wherever Trey is, taking passes. Show the organization how serious you are about your job. You don't have time to be on social media displaying temperament, you know? So I do agree with that, and I wish somebody would have talked to him about that with better sense that he respects.
He's not, and his buddies around him are blowing his head up. Oh, man, fuck that, man. You know, I already know what's going on.
The boys,
they in the club. Yeah, the homies, you know, so it's not, it's just, come on, Deebo, you know what I'm saying? Buckle up and get ready. You know, I'm just hoping that our plans are to pay him that 25 or make it, you know, feasible. What did Trent say? I don't care what the number look like, just make it look like how it look good. You know, make it look good. And this done, you know, Trent wasn't really being that, you know, overzealous with it, but he wanted to get his number or in the range of his number. Let's meet at the middle and let's make it happen, and don't drag it out too long, because we're gonna get it's going to be some temperament issues within the organization after that. I'm just saying, between Deebo, like I said, and the coaching staff, maybe him and Kyle ain't getting along, because you've seen Kyle and Brandon talking. So Brandon and Kyle are mending and building a relationship and getting closer. And then I saw John Lynch talking to Javon Kinlaw. It's funny because one picked one and John picked Javon. It's really funny how I was watching them sit there.
And one's offensive minded, the other one's defensive minded. Makes sense. How else we got to go, though?
Yeah. And no on Julio, Ronbo.
Yeah, no, I knew it.
No on Julio.
You made that clear as soon as you came on the line.
Come on, man. Come on, man. This is not a retirement home. We do not need him running around pulling hamstrings in practice and missing 4. What did he miss, 7 or 8? Did he even play 6 games with Tennessee last year?
Ellis, you know Tony is listening. He doesn't appreciate people talking about Julio. Okay, so anyway, but you're right.
Hey, Tony. Tony's good peoples, but I don't give a fuck. Like Chris Tucker said.
You went Chris Tucker on us. Oh my God.
Yeah. Okay, fam. Yeah.
See you tomorrow.
Hey, man. Hey, shout out to the faithful, man. Love y'all, man. As always, love you, Ronbo. Hit the like, subscribe. Y'all know what it is, man. And to the next episode. We'll be back tomorrow, Friday Night Live.
Yep. Shout out to the squad,
Peace,
too.
Family.
All right, fam. Peace.
Yes, sir. Thank you, family.
And here he is, the man who needs no introduction, but we will anyway. Charnel!
Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up, Ronbo?
Charnel.
I really love your YouTube channel, all the content you make on the platform, man.
Well, thanks, Charnel. I always appreciate that from you. And Charnel, tonight we're wondering if you'd like to add Julio Jones. He is out there looking for a job, and we've wanted Julio. Remember the years we were always get Julio, and we never got him. So he's out there now, and I don't know what it would cost to get him, but we can't afford too much. Of course, we'd have to take a certain small amount of money. But would you just don't even want to be bothered with talking about Julio? Do you not want anything to do with him? Or would you like to have him on the 49ers squad for a minimum amount of work?
To me, I don't want to do anything with Julio Jones.
Okay. And it's okay. A lot of people don't. Most people, I think, don't.
I mean, did you watch the Tom Cruise movie Jerry Maguire?
That's Julio's. That's Deebo's show, Yeah, but yeah, of course, everybody's seen that movie. Seen it about 20 times. I can't stop laughing every time I watch it. God, that's
that one
funny.
line. I like that one line from that movie.
Which one?
Cuba Gooding Jr. yelling that line.
Who's currently in trouble right now?
Me the money.
And wait, repeat. Say it with me, Jerry. Show me the money. Boom, turn the music on. Show me the money. That is just ridiculous. Whoever wrote that is just so. But Cuba Gooding Jr. is in trouble right now for apparently touching women without permission. Isn't that amazing?
That line is so funny. That line cracks me up every single time I listen to it.
It kills everybody. It's become iconic. Everybody knows that line, even if they didn't see the movie. Hey, Charnel. Okay, so Deebo is like, now it seems that it's come back down to earth. It's a $25 million contract he's talking about. Is he out of line? Would you pay Deebo $25 million? Now, there's going to have to be guaranteed monies and things like that, but for the base salary, do you pay him 25? Or you want to keep talking to him?
I mean, he could keep talking to himself, because when I look at $25 million, to me, I think that's a little too expensive to pay Deebo.
Okay.
And the thing I don't understand is that I'm not sure why people are going after Deebo. Like, leave Deebo alone, man. Leave him alone. Stop going after him, man. Like, stop saying we want to see him get traded.
Yeah,
like,
today's the strongest day about trade Deebo. I mean, we talked about it the other day, but I didn't think too much of it. Can you imagine trading Deebo? That empty feeling, Charnel, we would get, and the 49ers have traded up with the New York Jets. The Jets are going to give the 49ers this year's first, next year's first, third and fourth. The 49ers will give them a second in 2020. for Deebo Samuel. And that's what I would.
So for me, I wouldn't want to trade Deebo Samuel because he's one of our greatest players on this 49ers roster.
He is what this offense is about. Now, I don't know what they're going to do with the offense next year. If they're going to change it very much because of Trey. But I do know Deebo him and George are this offense. And without him, now you got to. And I know Ayuk. Everybody thinks Ayuk's going to be the greatest thing since whatever. But Ayuk, he's good. But him and Deebo got two different games. I like both of them. I want them both. How long has it taken us to get two good wide receivers? Ever since 2017, Chardall, we've been trying to get two good, solid wide receivers.
I mean, when you look at Deebo, I mean, this dude can be electric. He can light up the field. Like he can do something that people are not expecting. That's why this guy is one of the greatest. You know, that's why he's so like people
dynamic.
Are like putting him down so much because they
wants
don't know
Deebo.
how much. Because the reason why, as a longtime San Francisco 49ers fan, it doesn't like me that people keep putting players down and people don't like. People are just looking at the negatives, at the negative aspects, and they're not focusing on the positive aspects of the player.
Absolutely.
And I don't understand that. Like, why do people keep doing that? Like, do they not know that Deebo has talent and they just don't want to? They don't want to say anything about it.
They do. They just don't want to. They just don't want to hear this stress. And you know, most people do think, Chardall, that professional ball players should never be complaining. Everybody would love to have their job, right? You get paid millions of dollars to have fun. It's not really. People don't understand playing football, baseball, basketball. That is hard work. You got to keep yourself in peak condition all the time, especially in football and basketball. You've got to perform at a high level all the time. You're under pressure constantly. That's a lot of stress. And if you don't perform, you're out of here. And every year they're going to draft players to take your job. It's a scary job, really. But at some point, like George Kittle, you've got to say, screw it all. I'm just here to play football. I'm having a good time. You got to keep that I'm having a good time mentality all the time, or else it becomes probably something you don't like.
So nobody won't want Deebo Samuel to go to the New York Jets. That's not an organization that he wants to go to. But, you know, the good thing that if he goes to the Jets, you know what's going to happen if he goes to the Jets?
What?
I mean, he could team up with Robert Saleh, who was the coach for the I believe he was. I don't know what coach he was for the 49ers. It was like offensive coordinator.
He was a defensive coordinator, right?
Yeah. And, I mean, do you think that he would, if we trade Deebo Samuel to the Jets, do you think him and Robert Saleh would have a good relationship, or that relationship would go downhill?
It would be embarrassing how much love they'd show each other. Robert Saleh would love to have Deebo. Oh, it'd be ridiculous.
But it's not going to happen. But that trade isn't going to happen. There is no way in the world that Deebo Samuel is going to go to the Jets.
Chardall has spoken, Deebo. You ain't going nowhere, all right?
You ain't going anywhere. I'm keeping Deebo in the doghouse.
Lock your door and throw some food underneath the tree.
No, Brandon Ayuk was in the doghouse. I'm keeping Deebo in the doghouse. I'm not letting him out of there unless he proves to himself that he's worthy.
There you go. Chardall, we got to go, though. I'll be back tomorrow, and I'll be looking for you. All right?
I'm furious, man. I'm furious.
I can see that.
They are not going to trade Deebo. We're not going to trade Deebo. So stop talking about that nonsense. He is not going anywhere.
There you go, guys. You're pissing Chardall off. Stop it.
Stop.
So I'll be looking for you tomorrow, okay?
I don't want to get pissed off. I'm losing my cool here. I'm going to break the TV if you keep making me lose my cool.
We don't want you to do that. Chardall, you go ahead, calm down, have a cup of tea, and relax. I'll be back tomorrow looking for you, okay? All right.
I always love coming on the show, Ronbo. You're the man, the myth, the legend. You slay the show every day. You're the OG. We're gonna talk more Niners football next time we meet.
Can't wait. All right, Chardall. Have a great night, fam.
See ya. Good night.
See ya.
See ya.
See ya. Hey, Tony.
Mr. Ronbo, good evening, good evening, good evening.
Good evening to you, my man. And Tony, isn't it amazing when you think about, before, I've been talking to fans all my life like you have too. We all talk. I've never talked to them at this volume.
Deebo, we are not going to trade Deebo, man. You son of a...
Oh, you cut it just in time.
What was that?
I don't know, but you know, it's funny. When you talk to a large group of people at all times, and then you get the people who don't like something and they voice their opinion, it always hits a nerve. Sitting in this spot here, as a host of this program, I'm always amused, and at the same time, I think, wow, how did you come up with that thought process? You know, Deebo has meant so much to this offense. And people are willing to just ball him up and throw him in the trash. Now, I'm not going to say pass any judgment on that, but I'm just saying that still is pretty strenuous to me. He's meant a lot to this team. You know, I don't know if we were to get rid of Deebo, Jimmy's out, and next year no Deebo, no Jimmy. We got to reinvent ourselves as a football team. If we don't win games next year at the same pace we've been winning them, I wonder what the reaction would be.
I know, because you don't want to have a setback. You guys are a championship caliber team now. You were just in the NFC Championship, and you were a couple points from being in the Super Bowl. I mean, you can't take a step back. You got to put your foot on the gas.
And Tony, even in 2020, when everybody was hurt, we was damn near in the playoffs. I did not Super Bowl. We was damn near the playoffs in 2020. I remember we wasn't mathematically eliminated until the last couple of weeks. It's very so this team is tough and can take a lot. But I don't know if you keep getting rid of the highest impact players, are you going to be able to continue to, because Deebo makes a lot. It's like George Kittle. I don't know that the 49ers are going to be so much better without George Kittle, and people were trading him. I said, y'all gonna get enough for trading people, and hopefully the 49ers aren't paying any attention. Because you can't just trade everybody.
No, that's true. That's true. And Ronbo, I got my information came in the mail today that I was looking for.
Yeah.
And I got some grades. I kind of go. I like this. This information that I get, I kind of go by it a little bit. I agree with some of it and disagree with some of it, but it gives me the grades of what they think as far as where a person's going to get drafted, like like an estimation. Like a draft grade, 7th round, 5th and 6th round, or what have you. For example, as I look here, Drake London, the wide receiver USC, they got him graded as a 1st rounder or early 2nd rounder, stuff like that.
What do you think of Drake London? I've seen these kind of things before, and you see names that aren't usually in the spotlight, and all of a sudden you see this name. You say you like him?
I like him. And see, I got the production too. His production, his sophomore year, he had 39 receptions, 567 yards. His junior year, 2020, 33 receptions, 502 yards. And then last year, 88 receptions for 1,084 yards.
So he's progressed ever since his first year.
Yeah, I look for production.
And Tony, you know what I like about that kind of ball player? He's been playing football at a high with high competition or high level competition at a high level for a while. I always really want that kind of player because he's not going to be shocked by anything. He's going to come in. He's going to segue kind of quickly.
Yeah, going back to high school, I'm sure he was the top player in California in high school.
And then you're talking all through college. You know, he's progressed the whole time. So yeah, that's a good player.
Yeah.
Seasoning is very important.
So Ronbo, I got some information here for you.
All right.
I've been doing some detective digging, and I'm gonna read these numbers off to you. This is what you and I have been talking about for the last month. I finally got the figures. L.A. Rams. I'm gonna read 7 players' names off. You know where I'm going with this.
All right. Yeah,
Matthew Stafford.
I'm doing the math all the way.
Matthew Stafford making $40 million, making $40 million a year. Yep. Aaron Donald, $22.5 million a year. David Ramsey, $20 million a year. Leonard Floyd, $16 million a year. Cooper Kupp, 15.8 mil a year.
And he's going to get a raise.
Robinson, they just signed 15.5. And Bobby Wagner, 10 mil a year. Now that's 7 players, Ronbo, at 139.8 mil. What about the rest of the players?
Yeah, but you know what? Here's the thing, Tony. I've come around on this because now I just realized what the Rams are doing just recently. The Rams are paying everybody up front. Now, apparently, the owner of the Rams has no problem just throwing money to the wind. These players don't necessarily. What if they don't work out? You're not giving. You can't say after 6 months to a year. You know that bonus money I gave you? Yeah. Didn't I give you over $100 million? Well, yeah. I'm gonna need some of that back. That's not gonna happen, right? So I'm wondering. You know, when they make those deals, I guess it doesn't matter. It worked for them though, Tony, and I don't see every team doing that. But it worked, and that's what pisses me off. And the Rams are running around pounding their chest now, talking major because it did work. And I always laughed at the Rams. That formula you guys got going is never going to work. You can't just get in mercenaries every year and win nothing, and they did.
It's working right now. It ain't going to always work, though. And the Jets, Ronbo, they got – remember I was telling you about those 2 first-round picks they got? The Jets?
Yeah.
Wow, they got 2 second rounds. They even better shape than Detroit. The Jets pick at the number 4th and number 10th pick, like you and I talked about the other day.
Yeah.
But check out the second round, Ronbo. They got the 35th pick, which is the 3rd pick in the second round, and they have the 38th pick, which is the 7th pick in the second round.
Oh.
Man,
but you got to know what you're doing, okay? Yeah, look at the Cleveland Browns. But look, I always laugh because it's organization, philosophy, policies that flow within the organization. You know, the thing is, because they can have all those picks. Look at the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns had the first 15, 20 picks of every draft every year for how long? And they're still having trouble. And now they're trying to get rid of Baker Mayfield. Picked him number 1 in the draft. You know, you got to know what you're doing.
Ronbo.
You got all those picks, but you better know what you're doing.
That's what Jimmy Johnson. Remember Jimmy Johnson, the great Hall of Fame coach of the Cowboys in the 90s? That's what he said. He said it's one thing to have the picks, but you got to know what you're doing with the picks.
Then he developed a table of how to go about doing it. Jimmy Johnson was brilliant. But Jerry Jones says, well, you're getting way too much attention. I'm going to have to let you go. Jerry Jones, the Cowboys haven't been the same since, you dumbass. Cracks me up, you know.
They still chasing. Man, Ready to Go was Karen Ellis up in the chat talking major poo-poo, man.
Whoa, Ellis?
Well,
Ellis never gets torn up. That's pretty special. Ready to Go.
Well, he was saying, Ready to Go was saying he's like, this caller is like the Niners front office. That's like, you know how he just runs.
No, I thought you meant they was going back and forth as far as verbal. I mean, text exchanges. Oh, you know, Ellis is probably back on him now, right? Tony, I gotta go though. We're gonna see you tomorrow. Good stuff. I'm gonna be checking out your stuff too. I'll give you some feedback too.
Yes, sir. And Ready to Go.
You can go now. Ready to go. You can go now. Ready. Ready to go.
Go climb back in your hole.
They just camp out in here talking. Boy, can't wait for the season to get started just for that reason. All right, Tony.
Because they don't have no chat to go to. Have a good evening, Ronbo.
You too, Tony.
Take care.
And we go to the other Tony, way down, where the roos are jumping around. And what is the name of that famous kangaroo that I love that show that smoked camels? Hey, no, that wasn't a kangaroo. That was a camel. I got my animals mixed up, Tony. And I'm not even drunk. I have no idea what brought that on. Tony, come on in.
How you going, Ronbo?
Tony, man, we're just looking at. I like. You know what's so funny? Every time I come up with something I like Julio Jones, just using spot positions and special plays. As soon as I start talking to all of us, now I feel I came in with right, and I feel like I'm walking out like a chastised child. It's a bad idea. I still would like to see what it looks like, but you know. And of course, you know about Deebo.
I don't think it's a bad idea.
You say you don't?
No.
Okay.
Was Richard Sherman a bad idea?
Well, see, there's a good example to compare it to. That worked out
I
until we
mean,
got to the Super Bowl.
if you bring him in a capacity where, like you said, he plays in certain
Special
downs
role.
and special roles and things like that, I'm all for it. And if he's cheap enough, like if you're paying $1.5 million or something like that, think of the flip side too, Ronbo. I mean, how much are the receivers around him going to learn from him?
That can't be measured. See, that's what I'm talking about. He brings, like Emmanuel Sanders did that year. All of a sudden, Deebo turned into such a great receiver. Kendrick Bourne, his game changed. These people make a difference. Yeah.
They do. And, they've got little tips and tricks that work for them because they're veterans and they've done it and they've been there, done that. Yep. You know what I mean? Now that saying, been there, done that.
Yes.
So if he's cheap enough, well, it's not going to hurt. It's going to be a bonus. Like I said, the receivers are going to learn from him. But,
leadership. They know how to be a professional. That rubs off on players.
Yeah.
You got to have that stuff in your locker room. It takes you guys too long to grow up.
Well, look at the players, how much they learn off like you said, Emmanuel Sanders, Richard Sherman. Who else was that other guy they were raving about? There's a tall guy. I don't know if he's still on there. There's a receiver.
Mohamed Sanu.
Mohamed Sanu, yeah. A lot of the players go, oh, man, I learned so much from him.
You guys idolized him. Deebo loved him. They really did. That year in the Super Bowl, you had Emmanuel Sanders, you had Richard Sherman. Jimmy just came in from New England. He was a huge influence on that roster as far as leadership goes. That is what helped fuel that team to believe that they were invincible, and they did. I mean, what they did to the Packers and other teams. Remember that gauntlet we ran that year? You had to deal with
it was
Ron
one of the
Jackson,
toughest in history.
Green Bay, and who else we had to deal with? It was just ridiculous. And they got through it 2 out of 3. Get out, 49ers. Ah! So those things make a difference.
Yeah, I'm sick of talking about Deebo, Ronbo, because, what happens every year, we come out looking like bloody pork chops. He ended up signing, and everyone looks like an idiot. You know what I mean?
That's why I said, you know what? Take it aside on this and trading Deebo on draft night and everything else. Guys, don't play yourself. We don't know what's really going on either, Tony. We don't.
The 49ers drag this shit out every year. They do it last-minute signings. It happens all the time. What matters is what people seem to lose focus on is there's a salary cap for a reason. And the most important thing in the whole entire game of this thing called football is to have, like you said, an organization to keep you relevant with the salary cap and everything else. Like you mentioned, the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
How many first-round picks they had, and they're still irrelevant, right?
Years.
Where, if you got people like Belichick and say Shanahan and Lynch, and you know which positions to sacrifice, you know which positions you're strong at developing, right? We seem to get rubbish people throw out their garbage, right? They throw out their running backs, the 49ers pick them up and then turn them into superstars.
Mm-hmm. And how did that happen? That wasn't an accident. It wasn't a coincidence. We got quality people in the right places. Chris Castore could take some of these guys that were done and turn them into something. Arden Key's getting paid now. Terry Hyder got paid last year. Yeah.
There you go. See, that we've got strengths in certain areas, and I think these guys, tend to focus in those particular areas, and they're pretty successful at it. So we've been relevant for a while now.
We're in a Super Bowl conversation every year since 2018, Tony.
Yeah.
Yep.
I remember calling your show up, 2015, everyone's whinging, and you remember people were swearing at each other.
Screaming and yelling. Arguing. Crazy.
We're in the dumps, you know what I mean?
God.
So
we're losing.
That's the point. How many Hall of Fame players have come through this football team. Deebo's not the first, and he's not going to be the last. One day he will get traded. You know, everyone wants to keep him. Yeah, we want to keep him, blah, blah. Fair enough. But we're not boots on the ground, as they say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're not there in the organisation. We don't know what the hell's going on. We don't know what their thoughts are. We don't know which direction they're going. We don't know whether Shanahan's going to change the playbook. We don't know if Trey's going to start and then third game he's going to get injured. We don't know jack
and
shit.
Nick Sudfeld runs out on the field. Tony, this is terrorizing, the whole thought of that. And I know that Shanahan didn't lose any sleep over that. He's made up his mind already. Something's going to unfold here in a minute. The 49ers have already made clear they're not cutting Jimmy. They're going to try to trade him.
So what?
But it's going to be interesting to see.
I think Shanahan's a little bit tentative, you know what I mean? I think he's a little bit scared. But we know one thing for a fact. If we've got depth at certain positions that are relevant on the football field,
defensive line,
according
my God,
to according to Shanahan's playbook, we can get by, you know, and we can still make it to the playoffs and still make it to the Super Bowl. So, you know, it's a complex situation. There's a lot of moving parts in the organisation, and I think people just need to take a chill pill and support the team as a whole.
Yes. And let's start. We attack our people. I don't know that any of the fan base attacks their players. Well, there probably is, because I don't talk to the fan bases that much. But we attack our people. Deebo was nothing but glorious for us last year. And now, Ronbo, your problem is you got the problem falling in love with the name on the back of the jersey. I'm saying, well, I know, guys. But you know, the thing is, I can't appreciate a player for having done good things for this team without being called a wuss or whatever you try to say. I don't think that Deebo should be just dragged through the mud because he's asking for money. I mean, he doesn't have to get it all, but for him asking for it, we got to make decisions and judgments on him. I don't think that's right. You know,
and we're not the only team in the competition or fan base in the competition that's having the same conversation. You know what I mean? And stop listening to the media. Do your own research. Don't. You know, I call it the TV the idiot box, all right? Because
for a reason.
Everything that comes out of it is bullshit.
90%.
Right? It's crap. All right? They said Patrick Mahomes was supposed to be the next best thing since sliced bread. Oh, look out. All these commentators. Where is he? It's been 4 years. Where is he?
And he said, well, you know, Tony, you know what? We're going to say production's moving me out here. But listen, let's get together tomorrow and let's pick up with this. Because you know what? There's things, the hatred and venom, and I know it's a product of being a fan, but some of the things that are being said need to be examined further. So we're going to see what happens. Anyway, we'll see you tomorrow, okay?
Tyreek Hill.
Yeah. Tony, production's they're cutting us off. So I'll see you tomorrow, Tony. Fam, in fact, we got to get something here. I'm going to see you tomorrow. Thanks. Hey, Rams, especially you, because I know 49er fans have already subscribed. You guys better be subscribed. I haven't checked you out yet. So just subscribe, hit like. And thanks for the contribution tonight, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. We're going to talk some more football like we always do on Friday night at Red and Gold Fashion. Oh.